also going to tweak things a little bit on my side. But yeah, so hi, welcome everybody viewing us. Welcome to Brave Adventurers, the brave heroes. I was going to say the demigods. We have the one demigod, the brave heroes. Allison, Reed, Tammy, and Jen.
And Cosmo.
And Cosmo, absolutely vital member of the group. And we are branded now, I guess is the first order of business. Just to throw that away, we'll talk about it a couple times through the stream. That we talked about it. We decided that this going from being a side project on Ben's Twitch to like a thing that we're doing together in such a way that it merits its own Twitch. So we're transferring over to Roll for Bold. At the bottom below, it's rolling apart. That was our entire special effects budget, but we managed to make it work. We're going to be talking about that a couple times through the Twitter. That's all a thing. I am just now realizing that I did something. I may have changed something on the settings. Dang it. Okay. That's not important right now. So anyway, keep track of that. And yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to get into before we begin?
No, I think we're all good to go.
All right, excellent. And the announcement goes out. It always takes the server just a moment to realize what's going on. So it finally did realize that we are in fact streaming. I guess got to change one last thing on my side. I just realized I got a notification that one thing wasn't working. Hello, Toasty. Hi, Toasty. My mic is cutting in and out slightly, so I'm moving it a bit more. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see. Is this working a bit better? Does this work better for you, Toasty? That is good that we have a sound check here. Perfect. Since you hi. Okay, so since we got some new people in, does anybody want to summarize what happened last session, or should I jump into that?
I'm okay. Okay. Well, I was going to say.
Yeah, go for it. I'm not very good at anything.
I feel like our bard should do that in the future, but yeah, whoever wants to take care of that, take that away.
No, maybe Ismeen or
oh, if
what's
I had
her name?
Kyra, if I had Kyra do that, okay.
Since she's already been doing it for who knows how long, she knows how to quickly put things together.
Okay,
Callista's learning from her, right?
I'm gonna roll a 1d3. Whoever we land on is the one who has to do the recap. It is of the three. Reed, you want to do the honors? You want to tell us about the incredible adventures that we've been on?
All right, should I start from the top or just last session?
Some context as to where you are right now is good, as much as you want to give for that.
Okay. Well, we started off at the Sour Vintage Tavern, brought together by a bard known as Ismeen for our destiny as promised heroes of the land. We went from there, destroyed a giant bull that had been sent by the evil god Sidon, and continued onwards to the Prophet to officially be inducted and receive our tasks to be done, to officially claim the mantle of heroes. After the Prophet had been found to be completely taken over by cultists of the god Sidon, we killed them all, received individual prophecies, and moved from there onto the town of Estoria, where the first clues as to our destiny had been laid. We met with the god Pythor, who had, as god of battle, been left more or less without much work for the past 500 years, and was a little worse for the wear. Found out that he was also keeping some of the cultists of Sidon there under the Oath of Hospitality, where he couldn't officially shoo them out. without being considered a bad host and suffer all kinds of terrible things. The cult had issued a demand of Pythor that his daughter was to be sacrificed. We were left from that to try to find our way and decide what to do.
And that brings us here. They have 3 great labors they need to complete in order to help save the land in the situation ahead, but Pythor has the problem of his own, and we begin with that. And the last session ended with the 4 of you going to speak with the Order of Sidon. When you went to see them, a woman stepped out, a woman in a cloak, clearly a leader of the Order, and she immediately recognized Kreyorin, who seemed unperturbed by this, which brings us to the moment when we jump in. Let's drink of water. She looks at, and we're starting. She looks at Kreyorin and says, "So, I thought you were still with the snakes. Who are these then?"
I am. I just need to do a side detour for a while.
A side detour.
Don't
And
worry, Shep knows all about it.
I see. And what, if I may ask, what is this detour that brings you here?
We have certain errands we have to run.
Oh, well, errand boy, that makes sense. That makes sense. Very well. He looks you up and down. Well, I won't make things worse for you. I'm sure you're already having a wonderful day of it. She smirks as if she smirks as if she knows something about what's going on with Kreyorin, and just steps to the side, or turns aside and says, "So you and your friends, you came to speak to me. I'm a little confused. Normally there's some leader, some advocate, but I doubt that's Kreyorin. So what brings you here?" Anyone?
Go
No
on,
one
Fames.
speaks. Yeah.
We're searching to find some information. We had been told that perhaps you might be able to give us some insight.
And she says, "And what information would you be looking for exactly? With what may I help you? And also, why we are currently here on business with Pythor? I don't understand why you would be interrupting that."
Well, to put it bluntly, I'm curious what exactly you would have to do with Pythor, and what exactly the terms of your deal with him are.
I want you to make a persuasion check.
That's a 19.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love this. Great start to the night. She looks you she looks up and down. Euphemia, you are very in control of how you look. You have a showmanship about you. So I'm kind of wondering, are you looking like official? Are you like, you're also very suave? Are you like looking like sexy, or like what is the vibe you're giving off that hit a 19 that resonated so strongly with her?
Euphemian is just putting on the air of someone who is not accustomed to taking no for an answer.
Yeah. And she looks at that, and she looks at you, and you see this glint of respect. And she says, "Well, I suppose if you knew we were here, you know enough. We're here to do some business. Sidon had a task for us to collect one of Pythor's daughters. It's Sidon's right as a Titan to request sacrifices as he see fit, and for reasons that it's not my place to question, he saw fit to take Enora. And so we're here to make sure that that business is concluded.
But to be certain, the exact verbiage of the terms that Sidon and Pythor are bound to is that it is to be a daughter of Pythor, not specifically Enora.
I don't know why you would worry about the semantics of this. She's his only daughter left. Yes, that was what was said. Why did you come to quibble over these things?
Well, suppose we had to offer an alternate. And I will sign over at Kiki.
And before you do anything, this is a lady who's just obviously like composed. She is the ambassador of a Titan, like above a god. This is like an unflappable lady who does not blink at telling a god like Pythor to kill his own daughter. That is a statement she can make coldly. And so there's just this moment of her like blinking just a little more quickly whenever he says like, what if we have another daughter? She's like, you can see on her face, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? As she's rapidly doing the calculus of how she may have just slightly lost control of the situation. And she turns and looks at Kiki.
There could potentially be more than one daughter. You know how the gods are. They like to have their fun. We want to be sure of the wording because we want to make sure that everything falls in line absolutely perfectly. We don't want there to be any ambiguity. We want to make sure everything falls into place.
Kiki, I want you... Yes, okay.
No, go ahead.
By the way, is Kyra with you guys? I can't remember how that wrapped up.
We went off. I don't know if it was ever decided that Kyra would follow us or not.
She would not in this instance. What was it? Kiki, I want you to make a deception check. I know that you're not technically deceiving her, but you guys are gearing up to hoist her on her words, and that's what you're trying to get away with. 17.
That is a 17.
That is a 17. Well, there we go. And she looks at you and she just... Yes, you were supposed to kill daughter. That was what we were supposed to have his daughter sacrificed. If we're trying to be completely accurate about the semantics, the daughter of Pythor was to be left on the rocks of Estoria to the mercy of the basilisks from night till morning. I don't see another way.
She could have companions, could she not?
What? Someone to stand with her, to be sacrificed with her.
Well, so while we're getting semantic, and I'm like writing this down as though almost like I'm writing up a contract or something. I basically, so while we're getting semantic, does she have to be bound? You mentioned killing her, and then you also mentioned Sidon wanting her. So she just needs to be left on a rock? Can she be armed? Does she need to be bound? If she has companions, do they also have to be bound? Or are they able to, stand their ground or assist in any kind of fending off that she might put on as like a show for Sidon?
I want you to roll a persuasion check. Possibly the last one of the sequence, but we do need to know. God, you really have a +7.
Okay. I rolled an 11, so that's 18.
Woohoo! Oh, bye, Cosmo.
And at an 18, she goes, "Those were the words. I gave you the words. That was what I told you." You're muted again. She says, "That is what I told you to do. That is what I said was given to do. Now, I would prefer it that Pythor not engage in any trickery. The gods can often be duplicitous. So I was taking it upon myself to make sure that the sacrifice was bound on the rocks, as is tradition. That's not something that Sidon specifically asked, but that is my contribution to things." Does this answer your questions? Does this answer everything? Do we need to get into the small print of things?
Maybe. If we do follow the letter of the words, what are the odds that the centaurs will be instructed to attack the city anyway?
I don't understand. That has nothing to do with what you were discussing.
You said
before.
yourself the gods can be duplicitous. How are we to know that the daughter is offered as a sacrifice and they're not going to attack anyways?
1 second. And she looks at you, and she walks up to Kiki, steps up to Kiki, leans in to make a point to a lesser mortal. And she says, "Because Sidon is a titan." Does this answer your questions?
So he keeps his word
It
to
does,
the letter,
thank
is
you.
it?
Sidon does what is in his best judgment. I defer to that. Now, why are you here asking all of these questions? What is your proposition here? I imagine you have one. There wouldn't be somebody that would examine the fine print so much unless they had a counter proposal. I've done enough of these deals, and I've worked with enough people that have tried to the text, the words, sometimes literally. That one, goddess. The point is, what are you building up toward? I imagine it's something.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, we're not trying to change the words, we're trying to make sure that we follow them exactly.
you must understand, after all, that when someone's life is on the line, the smallest print is always the most important.
I want all of you to roll insight checks.
Yeah. That's
That's a 7 for you.
That's a 14 for
11.
Kiki.
I got a
11.
10.
Oh man, we suck at that.
Okay, at that.
And I have expertise in insight.
Yeah, well,
Me too, I have proficiency, I think.
she's an expert in what she's doing. So I was gonna say she looks at all of you and she says, in some games of chess, one has to understand the moves that the person is about to make and the moves that the other will make in response. The proper way to play the game is not to make the next move, but to make the move 5 turns ahead. I don't know what your move is, but let's move ahead to that. What are you asking?
I think I've asked all I need. If you're not sure of our move 5 moves ahead, it seems to me you're losing. And I'm going to leave.
Or
Is
is
it
she being kept?
kept? I have no idea where she stays.
You don't already have her?
I don't see why I would.
That's not a no.
Smiles at you. Are completely off base. Spirit is there. and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's a more interesting wrong. Is there anything else that I can answer, or do we want to, or do you want to go about whatever you think your plans are?
So, have you told us all the details?
Yes.
Do I believe her?
You want to roll insight?
Well, I would like to try. Oh, I hope this one's a good one. Oh, 17.
Is at a 17 insight, she is very, very aware that you guys are trying to do some actually bullshit, and she is turning the spigot off as hard as she can. Has she told you everything? Maybe not, but like she is not going to give you any more, because what she has told you is the bare bones obligation of what Sidon needed to tell Pythor. And so that's all she feels obligated to represent. If she has other things up her sleeve, if she has her own actuallys to throw at you, those are hers to keep. But she is not inclined to engage you further in either way, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, if this is all the information, I think we're done here.
Yep. I'll follow you, Fimian.
Kreyorin, may I ask you a question, please, before you leave?
And as I was going to turn, I kind of turned back to her and I raise my eyebrow and I say, yes.
This thing that you're doing, how long do you take?
I think it'll take as much time as it needs to.
Is this what's going to make you happy?
You think that there's happiness in this? There's always profit. But we'll see.
Everything I heard about you. All right. And she just gives you this dismissive, as you were.
I hold up my head and just walk out.
Callista, are you staying or going? You're muted.
So I'm gonna follow Kreyorin, but like in that pouty way that like I want to ask more questions, but it's not appropriate.
All right. So you guys leave. Euphemian, as soon as you leave, as soon as you step out of the door, which was closed behind you, as soon as you step out of the door closed behind you, this very familiar voice just perks up. So I heard I listened in on what I could hear, and I tried to pick up what I could, but I also need to know all of the details. So how did it go? And yes, true enough, that is Ismene, now revealed as Kyra. For those in the audience, a bard who was very interested in helping them on their journey, and has since been outed as the very literal goddess of music, who has been watching their journey with that capricious curiosity that gods have. And so she's just walking and just, yeah, so what exactly are your thoughts on what happened? And she's ready to write down everything.
Are we outside with her yet?
Yeah.
Are all of us out? Okay.
Yeah, I would say it'd be fair to say all of you are outside.
So I turn to the group and I say, well, we've got some information, but I can tell you right now, she's probably holding some stuff back.
I would assume as much, but
Who was that?
Let's put it this way: if she calls me an errand boy, she's the boss, supervisor, just underneath.
Oh, so you know her. And Carrie just like starts scribbling little notes.
No is a very, very interesting term. It's aware. Let's put it that way.
All words are words because they all mean more than one thing. No one ever means what it means. A lot of fun, but also total beast. She points to her paper.
Does that mean you banged her?
Kyra, just her eyes grow wide and her quill just ready to write the answer.
Well, that's.
I
we'll
bet
find
she's
out
the
better
reason you don't
later.
believe in love.
You guys had a thing, didn't you? And it went south.
All right,
Right.
all right. Okay, just stop right there. You'll find out at some point.
Why not now?
We've got a task at hand. Excuse me. We've got
It's a
somebody
quick
to
little
save.
question, yes or no?
Byron,
Oh
you
my
can't do
God.
this to me.
She's gonna lose it if you don't tell her.
Cross my arms again. I'm like, no.
But you tried. She turned you down, didn't she? Ooh, the truth is coming out.
Kiki.
Hmm?
Actually, no. You know what? Never mind, Kiki. You're fine.
Euphemian is just going to, not participate in this line of inquiry and just keep walking.
Kyra goes, Aaron, I didn't want to call this in sooner because I respect you a lot, and also I don't want to be any ill will between us because I got to do what I got to do and you got to do what you got to do. But I want to know more about your relationship with that woman and possibly with them. Later, when you get a chance, I might bring up the part where I saved your life. This will
At
make
that
us.
point, it'll just be between you and me then.
Okay. And she sort of gradually puts the quill and paper behind her, like you'll forget about them if they're hidden. And she goes,
Cute.
so, what was I gonna say? So, the goddess of music. I love her. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I still
Reconvene.
have plans for selling some stuff.
I got some stuff I want to sell too now.
Yeah, we said something about going to Vulcan?
Yeah, and also just the general markets in the Agora.
I can always buy things.
Shopping episode.
Yeah, are you guys any viewers in for like a shopping episode for like 4 hours? Because we're gonna do it.
I don't know about 4 hours worth.
4 hours. What was I gonna say?
Condensed into 2 minutes for sake of brevity.
All right, you all come back from your shopping trip. So no, if you guys want to go out in the town, so is that a yes? Are you guys all leaving to the town?
I think so.
Okay.
I already have.
Wonderful, wonderful. So as you guys are leaving, C. Pythor just looks at you all, or just you guys are walking through the hall. Pythor is just there, and he's clearly been drinking even more since you guys were in the other room, and he just goes, "All right, you're leaving. That's fine. That's what I expected. That's what they do." And Kyrie goes, "Shut up, brother," and just keeps walking without breaking stride. If any of you want to do anything, but that's their only interaction.
I'm just gonna wave and I'm gonna say, we're probably gonna come back, so we'll see you later, I'm sure.
We just need supplies.
I have more questions.
I'll just kind of ask, is she in her room now?
He goes, "Oh yeah, she's always in there."
I'll just ask him real quick to tell me where it is. How to get to her room. If he even knows.
I know. I don't appreciate you testing me with riddles is the problem.
You want us to help her or not? Come on.
Down the hall on the right, then to the left, then to the right, then the third door, or maybe the fifth.
All right. I'll turn around and I'll
Did I
follow her.
pass?
I just walked away.
And he turns to close to, hey, he goes, "Hey, you have more questions. I have more answers."
Excellent. I'm gonna go with them real quick, but I'll come back and maybe if you're sober, we can talk. Also, You said the third or fifth door on the right? Okay. I think I got it.
I
Then
gotta
I'll
take care.
just leave.
I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something just like off camera. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
All right, now that the DM is gone, let's talk. All right. So we got
Right,
everything we need
left,
to know,
right.
right?
I think we got as much as we're likely to get.
Yeah, we didn't get what we wanted or what we
Yeah.
needed, but we got some
All right. So we should
vagueness.
totally. Oh no, the DM's back. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hi.
What was that? I don't trust that at all.
Oh yeah. We just
Okay.
started just
Should've-
going at it. It was amazing.
Oh, good
I
God.
don't even know what going at it is in this context. With this group, there's way too many interpretations. Okay, so Euphemian's left for town. Kreyorin, are you going into town with Euphemian, or are you going with the other two?
Actually, do I know if there is a place that where my associates would be? Would I know?
Let me think. Let me look at your character sheet. Because that gives me an idea. Yeah, you have a background faction agent. You would be able to find members of your group where they meet pretty easily. So you would absolutely be able to invoke that.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So are you gonna do
Cool.
that right now?
Yeah, and then I'll just say I'll meet up with you guys later. I don't exactly have a lot of things I need to buy, or sell, so I'll meet you guys back here. We have to talk about our game plan.
Okay. Then I am going to I'm going to roll basically. Well, I know how I want to do this. So Kiki and Callista, you two go down. Are you going to the third door or the fifth door?
I think we were gonna go with Euphemian. I think.
right.
You were going. I thought you
Yeah,
were. Oh, okay, I
I
thought you were.
just wanted to
This is
know
for
to have an
later.
idea
Oh,
when we
okay.
come back.
Okay, so the three of you go. The three of you head out. And you guys are on the map right now. The audience doesn't really need the map, but you guys are there. And yeah, as you guys head out, you would come out, and you pass by. There would be the giant tavern, the Dragon's Tooth. There'd be the big blacksmith hall called Vulcan's Hall. And then there's the Agora, the big open marketplace, as well as the public amphitheater. There's always one of these, and any self-respecting Thylian city of a certain size will have an amphitheater. So you can go and catch a play if you want to. But it is entirely you guys are out in this town, and now that you're here, not being rushed through, you can see all of the people talking. People, kids running through the streets. Some people, beggars on the streets, and others conducting business, talking, enjoying each other's company. It is lively. This is a lively town once you're inside of it. So what would you guys like to do first?
Well, the first thing that I'd like to do is to try to make my way to a jeweler's and
Okay.
sell that pearl that we got from the hag.
Okay. We can just go that real quickly if you'd like. If you'd like to just clip past that. Because I mean, there's
Okay.
some stores and stuff, but I don't know what you wanted to. Let me see my notes here. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Let me see. Let me think for a second. I'm gonna say, you do find, a roll an investigation check. Let's go with that.
14.
14. So you find this one store. There's a store that buys and sells basically various collectibles and antiquities throughout the land. It would be your best bet to sell a pearl of this kind. And when you enter the store, you see all kinds of strange knickknacks, and it's very hard to tell which ones would be valuable and which ones are the equivalent of this cool rock I found. It's a complete. It looks almost like if you were to list all of the things that you could find laying around Thylia, this looks like it would be a stream of consciousness answer to that question. And so you come in and you see this woman with long gray hair and large glasses, and she just goes, "Oh, hello, welcome, welcome to Agnes Treasures," and Agni, and she goes, "Welcome to Agnes Treasures, and good to see you here today. And what could I interest you in? What would you like to buy? Would you like to buy maybe this bit of coral that may help you breathe underwater? I'm not sure if it works. I don't know who would want that. Or maybe this this left shoe that legend says could lead to incredible speed if paired with the right shoe, which is missing. I'll sell it at a discount."
That sounds frankly amazing, and
Sold!
by all
And-
means,
And she takes it.
I
She grabs the shoe and she hands it to you. She goes, 4 gold.
4 gold. Bit out of my price range right now. But perhaps I have something that you might be interested to buy.
I'll take
And
it.
I'm going to take this black pearl.
Oh,
that,
I see it now too. That's even better.
100 gold and it can be yours.
Roll persuasion.
Taken from the heart of a sea hag. Truly one of a kind. You'd never find another one like it.
That is, of course, unless you find another sea hag. Are you saying you killed the last sea hag?
Certainly the last one I saw.
Haven't seen a lot myself either. I doubt it's an extinction, but it would be a rarity. Well, I can give you 100 gold if you like. But, and she leans closer, this is important. Not a copper more. No, wait, 105 gold!
110.
110, and you take the boot.
My dear, you've got the best deal yet.
And she just...
Truly, you are a canny haggler.
Don't I know it! And she grabs the boot and throws it at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Where's my saving? There.
Callista and Kiki, are you here too?
That's an even 10.
Callista and Kiki, I want you both to make dexterity saving throws.
Hey, I got a 20.
I'm rolling so bad.
What'd you get?
It's an 11.
She throws it, sails past both of you. Kiki, you have awareness. Do you want to grab it or anything? You can do whatever you want. Like you have enough. Yeah, so you just grab it, and she looks at you. Hot damn! All right, and she goes back. She walks back to her counter, pulls out, reaches through. It goes through like a box. Yeah, this is gold eyeball. This is glass eyeball. This, and then she pulls out and she sets down. She pours a bunch of coins into a bag and slides it forward. 110 gold.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I should think so. I do business with you very often. Is there anything else you'd like to buy here?
I'm gonna take a look around, see if there's anything, just sort of like basic survival gear. Because I just noticed I don't even have a sleeping bag.
I'll have come up next to Euphemian, I guess, while she was counting and all that, and it's like, is this yours, or did she throw it at you?
I'll take it from her and put it in my bag. I will put it as a boot.
You do to boot it.
What is it? Give me a second. She goes. She looks around, and yeah, she says, "All right, you need a sleeping bag. I can do that for you. I have a lot of these things. I have a few things over here. This is all worthless, all worthless." And she looks over and she shows you like this large set wing of her store that's all like actual practical adventuring gear. And she's just like, "Look at this. None of it is a boot. Look at that." And she puts her hand on your shoulder and guides your view. "That's 2 boots." And she looks at you just completely disgusted. She goes, "Now I have a sleeping bag over here if you want it, or I have a sleeping bag for someone much smaller." And she pulls out like this, basically like a satchel, like this small satchel. She goes, "Give it to you at a discount. Only 20 gold. It's very comfortable."
20 gold.
If you can get over the problem of not being able to fit into it, it is extremely comfortable.
May I see it?
Yeah, of course. And she shows you this this small little satchel. Yeah.
Okay. If I reach into it, how far? Like up to my elbow?
No, it's just regular. You just reach in, and it's just a regular size bag. Yeah.
Meaning it's going deeper than it seems to, or just it's a bag the size of a.
It's a bag the size of a bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Need to go back to the thing. Just mucking about in my inventory. Sorry, perception. Great at those. That's a 2.
Yeah. She looks at it and it just smells a little musty. And she goes, it's got an aroma of adventure. See, things tend to build up smells when they've been on stories. This one, the story already built in. 25 gold.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to pass on this.
Oh.
Just the regular one seems to be more than sufficient.
Fine.
Preferably one I could put the rest of me in.
Or, what was it? And what was it? Yeah. So you can go through if you want anything you see on the adventure store. You can go through and buy here for its listed price.
Okay.
You can take all the time you want to do on that. If you guys want, we can come back to that a little bit later while I work with Kreyorin. Is that okay?
Yep.
All right. The lady, we'll wrap this up. The lady, Agni, just looks around and just goes, "All right, take your time. I'm going to go," because I'm just going to go be in the other room making weasel stew, I suppose. Right? And she walks and she leaves you guys. You guys won't see this. She walks into the other room. She walks back into her kitchen with this musty gray bag, and she takes it and she holds it, shakes it, and like nothing comes out. And she goes, "That's what I thought." Reaches in, pulls out a weasel, stupid bag, throws it in the pot. What was it? Kreyorin, you are exploring the town, and you are looking for your contacts. I would say, the first place you would want to go would be the Dragon's Tooth, which is a very huge tavern here. It's a large, sort of vague brick building, not really well decorated on the outside. But it's very big, and it doesn't have any distinguishing marks on the outside. What makes it noticeable is just the constantly large, raucous activity coming from within. And what was it? Yeah, well, let me see. You guys, you find your way in, and as you come in, you see the tavern keep is this small, light-haired old man who's just watching everything. He looks at you, nods, and yeah, you can go around. You would be able to find a contact immediately if you wanted to find one for your group.
Mm-hmm.
As we discussed before, they wouldn't be as prominent here, but there would be some here. So do you want to do
All right.
that, or do you want to do anything else first?
Yeah, I just wanted to do some, I guess, business with them real quick.
All right. So you would find, I would say, like 3 people, and there'd be like 3 people. Basically, you would know some of the Cult of the Snake. Basically, they don't have one specific giveaway for security purposes, but there'd be several different ones, such as like a dark ring on their 4th finger or something like that. Like it's different. It's like dark ring on their 4th finger, or like something blue on their right ear or something. Like they're vague like things like that. You'd be able to find. You look around, you see a few people, like uh 2 men and a woman, a woman that at a table that fit these different obscure markings, and you see them, and they look at you. Is your option what you want to do, because they have not noticed you yet?
Well, Cray will go and grab enough beers or ale from the barkeep and head over and just sit down.
Okay. You sit down. When you sit down, is it just like confidently, like just like you
Yep.
work? Okay. So they look at you a little bit, and they just and they look at you like, okay, like very much like trying to sort of process the what's going
I,
on
s-
there.
I slide the ales to them, and I have one myself.
Um, and what was it? And they take the drinks. Um, I'll let you decide for yourself. Do you want to have some sort of immediate giveaway that you're one of them? And it would be something discreet enough that's like, it, because of how vague they are, it would only be noticed by somebody that was trained to know. It wouldn't be like dangerous to have out.
I'd just be like, I need a message to Shep.
And what was it? One of the men and the woman just sort of shrug and look at their drinks, like very much almost ignoring you, like you're not talking. And then this one man just a larger man looks at you and says, "If I knew a Shep, I think I might know a Shep. What message would you need to get out there?"
Tell him that Cray has a large errand that will take some time.
Mind elaborating on that?
He doesn't need to know. I'll send him messages as needed. Do you have any information about the lady who is staying with Pythor right now? Any information about her?
And says Palminia.
Could you put
She's,
that in chat? Because I
yeah,
suck at names.
no problem. I'll put it in. Uh, there we go. Palminia. Put it in the Twitch chat. But he just says Palminia. She's one of the more trusted advisors or ambassadors for Sidon. What do you need to know for? A little bit above your pay grade, don't you think?
I think she's above all of ours for now. But, do you know anything of this deal she made?
I'm of the mind that I keep to my own, and it all works out.
All right. Well, then let's talk business. I have this golden arrow, and I know I can get way more money on it with us.
Show me
Can
the
you help
arrow.
me? So I go and like, just like show the golden arrow, like really like like a trench coat, like
Yeah.
whew,
This is what you're looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
One incredibly unuseful shot of a weapon. Um,
Yes.
and he looks at you and he sizes it up. I mean, that's just gold. Why would I want that?
There are certain items that can be reused. This is one of them.
I'm aware of how arrows work.
Mm-hmm. And this is gold.
And he leans forward, sort of expecting. You can tell by his body language that he's got this vibe of like, okay, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to know more about the arrow.
And then I tell him a little bit, like I tell him how we had to do a task, basically, to go and get this arrow. We had to kill a monster, I'll say.
Monster. Oh, well. It's impressive. How much do you want for it again?
75 gold, please.
I want you to make a persuasion check.
Okay. Shit.
You're trying to triple the value of this thing.
Oh, jeez, I'm -1 on that shit. Oh my god. Okay, here we.
Let's
All
do
right,
this.
here we.
Let's
Let's do this.
This can't go wrong.
It will go horribly right. So 11.
He looks at you. Goes. How about 20? And I don't go telling Palaminia that you were asking about.
Oh, that's all right. We just always try to get information on everybody. You know that. No dice. I'd say maybe go 70.
Five.
60.
34.
We might as well give it back, because I've always can get it. I brought my price down quite a bit.
He's looking at it. He's sizing it up because you had to look at him, right? He's sizing it up. He's sizing you up as he is looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes.
I just stand there confidently, or sit there confidently.
He goes. I don't think this is worth shit. And he sort of tosses it back to you, like, he tosses it back to you, like flippantly, like just not far because you guys aren't there across the table, but just throws it back at you. He goes, "I tried, but just gold. Not like it's magic or anything." And the woman next to him just goes, "Is it magic?" Like for talking for the first time, he goes, "What?" She goes, "Check." He goes, "Huh. All right, well, loss is a loss." Leans back.
And that's all I need to know.
Um.
And then I flip him like a gold so that he can give my message away.
He grabs the gold. And the other man just puts down his cup and just goes, That is good beer. That is great beer. I'm sorry. I know that it was rude of me not to talk, but I really love the beer here. What's going on? I saw like a golden arrow, I think.
I do a little incline of the head, just a touch.
And he turns to the other one and goes, "Got it, right?" The guy looks at him and he goes, No, I love golden shit. He goes, shut up. Your action, what you want to do?
So I turn to him and I say, well, your partner didn't want to buy this off me.
He stares at the other man, just completely scandalized, betrayed on the deepest level. He goes, what was it? He just goes, he goes, Adam, and now Adam goes, Adam just goes, and real names in a place like this is a bad idea. And Adam just goes, what? And he goes, I wanted a golden arrow. You said that you would help me get to my collection of golden tools. And he goes, well, I'm doing something right now. He goes, all right, fine. It's your call what you would like to do. It is hard to tell where the dynamic lay with this table at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, I'll just lean into the other guy and I said, well, you know how to get a message to me if you want it.
He goes, yeah, absolutely. What was your name again? I apologize. The beer was real good.
Just call me Krey. They know me.
Absolutely. Well, good to meet you, Krey. I am going to go see what I have and what I can afford, and I will get back to you. Because looks like you and I have a deal. And Adam just goes, what was it? Yeah. Your call. Do you want to keep asking them to go, or do you want to head out? What do you want to do?
No, that's about all I need to do. So I'll just kind of tip my head to them and slink out like I normally do. And I said I'd meet them later, so I'd just head back over to Pythor's place.
Yeah. Give me a second to look at my head. As you are, as you are leaving, the guy just turns. What was it? The one just turns the other one and just goes, Adam, I just saved your life. You just said you would let me get one thing. And he goes, he was charging too much. It's one arrow. I saved your life. I have to be our money. So you guys are, do you guys want to meet back up at this point?
Well, I still would like to try to sell my weapons.
Okay.
I don't know if the store that I've walked in where Euphemian got a shoe thrown at him, if she deals with weapons at all. So I will have, after I gave the shoe to Euphemian, I stayed at the counter, so I'll have put my backpack on the counter, and then I'll ask her when she decides to come out from her weasel stew or whatever she's doing. I'll ask her if she happens to deal with weapons, if she sells them and buys them, if she knows anything about them.
Sometime later, and all the three of you are, Allie and Rita, are you guys doing your shopping on the sheets and everything, getting that taken care of?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's up?
Yes, I do have some. I have some follow-up questions, but I'll go after Kiki.
Okay. So you come, Kiki, you would look for Agni, and Agni comes out just drinking a delicious bowl of stew, and she just comes out and she goes, stew came right out of that empty bag. It was delicious. What can I help you?
Just wondering if you deal with weapons at all. I see you have quite a bit of everything here.
She goes, because I do have a little bit of everything, but weapons are boring. I collect oddities, treasures, artifacts, things with stories in them.
As she's saying this, I will kind of slowly pull back the little flap on my bag and sort of let part of the golden arrow just peek out to maybe catch her interest.
And she looks at her bag is open. Accident. Sorry about it.
Yeah, the clasp is broken. It doesn't stay shut anymore. It always flops open, and sometimes I gain things in the bag, and sometimes I lose things.
I can sell you a new bag. I have a bag you can just lose things in, and then you never have to worry about what'll happen.
But can you ever get them back?
That costs extra.
Oh, darn. Because, yeah, I was hoping to have a bag that has a lot of space in it, but I'd need to be able to retrieve these items.
I find a bag like that, I'll let you know. To be honest, it's hard to know what any of these. They're so incredible. They're so full of mystery, and I think the mystery of not knowing what they do or what's special about them makes them even more special. Roll an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Ready. Oh, that's a -1 for me. 4.
Okay. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, you look around. Yeah. Any given number of these items might be magical or might not. They all look mundane, but magical items often look mundane. And that's all I can give you out of 4. But she looks and she goes, okay. She goes, anyway, thank you for putting that golden arrow away. It was very distracting. Anyway, as I was telling you, not really to me such a thing as a valuable weapon because they're all just boring. I'm looking for some story behind it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I am only stuck with this little bag here, but on all of the adventures that I have been, oh my goodness, I'm sure you would love to see the stuff that I've collected. Like, especially that golden arrow there, yeah, oh man, you wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get that. But, okay, well, I'll just pick up the bag.
I'm going to just pipe up, sort of overhearing this over my shoulder. What about a weapon that's too large to actually hold?
Well! I believe we might have a negotiation coming on. And she just completely walks past Kiki as if Kiki stopped existing a moment ago. And she walks over to you. A weapon too big to be a weapon today.
I'll kind of look at Euphemian like...
Certainly not for one like her, but you're trying to sell your bloody weapons, aren't you? The ones you got from... from Pythor. Sorry, Pythor.
Gifts from a god.
Because, oh, gods. Not surprised by gods anymore. We have a drunk god with the drunk god leaving this, and we have that. We want to deal with weapons. We have that crazy man who says that he's a god just down the street. He's not all there. I worry about some of the salespeople now. They've lost their minds. But I think that if you want to sell your golden arrow, he might give you some price for it.
Right, thanks. But I'm gonna just hang around to see what's going on with Euphemia, and I'll just kind of lean on the edge of the counter, kind of just watching.
Yeah, no. All I was selling was suggesting about the giant weapons that Kiki had gotten. Because they're, stupid and ridiculous.
I have no problem carrying them. What the heck?
You want to sell one of those giant weapons?
Well, not here. She doesn't seem to be too interested, and she's really not interested in my golden arrow.
No, she doesn't. Not buy or sell anything. She'll sell basic adventuring supplies to like get it out of her store. She doesn't deal in high value anything that is of immediate combat use, like armor, weapons, or anything. That doesn't interest her. She's like a museum collector, like a curator. No, she
maybe like a potion.
We got some from Pythor.
More.
Potions forever.
I didn't hear that. Cray's not here. I don't listen to crazy birds.
Not in this campaign.
No, that's true. Peanut.
we had a whole NPC in the last. Tammy had an NPC that was a snow owl, Peanut, and It was a delightful member of the party, and I role-played the shit out of that bird.
Oh, you did it so well.
But anyway, so yeah, do you want to sell your oversized sword? That might be something.
I'm not here.
You're leaving?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave after Callista's done talking with her or asking what she has to do. I'll just pick up my bag and say, I'll have to definitely come back because I'm interested in some of the stories and some of these items.
And he walks over and she that you fit in, and she goes, Agni from the start.
I had forgotten.
I noticed that you had a book. Now I'm not one. But, and she reaches out and she pulls out this other blank book, and she holds it up to you, and she goes, "This book is well, as an illiterate, I can tell you, wonderful." And she opens it, and there's literally nothing on any other page. And she goes, "I have no ink book having pages." And she takes it and just slams it on the table with all of her like feeble elderly strength. A surprising amount. You feel like this crash. Looks it up to you. She holds it up to you. I want you to roll a perception check.
I mean, at this point, I'm tempted just to take it out of her, just so that it doesn't get mistreated.
There. There.
Sorry, perception. Nope, that's a 4.
Yeah, you look at it. You don't see what she's trying to point at all. You don't see what she's trying to take care of. No. Pretty impressive, right? I see you've got that book. It's pretty. I'd get rid of it. Impressive. Can I take a look at it?
I'm sorry, the book is mine. It's a good friend of mine. But certainly, if you were looking to part ways with this book that makes you so very angry, I might be willing to take it off of your hands.
Because I will sell this to 5 gold. No more. Be less.
How about 3?
Sold! And she puts the book in your hand.
Okay.
So take 3 gold, and you add to your inventory the spell book, which is literally just a blank spell book, but the DM cannot damage it at all. And what she was trying to show you was that she's clearly let her fury out on this book, but it looks like.
Okay.
She goes, are you one of those? A good story in it? Are you one of those people? Because that's very uncomfortable. If you're one of those people that's like, the book is my friend.
No, the book talks to me.
Oh, you're lonely! Okay, I see. Well, have a good day then.
I'm gonna get out of here before I buy anything else.
Fair enough. And thus we leave Agni's treasures untold, which are the items that I referenced were magical items and which were complete bullshit.
What about me?
Oh, Callista, I'm sorry. Callista, I am sorry. I apologize. Yes, what do you want to do? You would be the only one left in the storm. What do you want to do in Agni's treasures?
Well, there's a few things that I want to buy. But I mostly wanted to try to hunt down if there's anywhere nearby that she might be able to either refer me to, or if she has anything like it. Musical instruments, or like cards, playing cards, that kind of stuff.
Let me see here. I'm checking something I have here. She looks around, or you ask her, And she would say, she goes, you want to know if I have instruments, right? Tell you, instruments are trouble. Come with me. And she leads you down to the store, and she goes, just the thing about instruments is they sound pretty. They're sunsets for your ears. That's all they are. But the thing is to play them right, you need to be able to read the sheet music, and that's a slippery slope. So I try to get them out of my store. She goes over and she shows you this lute that looks incredibly well made, perfectly crafted. Has I would say it would have the sigil of Kyra on it, on the side, or on the carved on the back of it. And she looks at it and she goes, "Look at it, disgusting thing." But I imagine it has some.
I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
She goes, "Still, it's of the gods. It's finally made. 100 gold."
100? Oh.
Unless that's too much, then I can raise the price.
Well. No, not necessarily. Let's see. What if we called it 35?
Call whatever you want as long as you pay 100.
Oh.
Roll a persuasion check. Roll a persuasion check.
I don't think so. No, that's an 18 again.
18. You rolled an 18 total?
I don't know if that's enough.
You rolled her.
Yeah.
She looks at you and she goes, "Tell you what." She goes, "I like you. I don't get a lot of satyr in my store. I get a lot of riffraff," she says, and she gestures like in Euphemion's direction as he's leaving. She is also a human, by the way. She is also a human, and she goes, I get a lot of riffraff. So I'll tell you what, I will give it to you for 50 gold, and 50 gold sounds all right.
Could I possibly sell you a couple of things?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I mean, I'm loath to part with it. It was a gift, you see.
I'll take it. 5 gold, 10 gold. What is it?
A while back, I'm gonna pull out my dulcimer that I got from the town folk for killing the boar. And I'm gonna kind of give her like a brief, like, this was a gift for slaying a giant boar that was sent by a titan to terrorize a town south of here.
Okay.
See if the story intrigues her at all.
So you want me, I'm trying to get rid of an instrument, and you want me to have more instruments.
I don't have a lot else.
How much would you be short, Kelly?
Let's see. I have 42 gold. I'm trying to see what else I have that I could maybe pawn.
She goes, I will take the dulcimer and the 42 gold.
All of it.
I can give you the rest. Before Kiki leaves, Kiki can give you the rest. I've got 25 gold if you really want to keep your dulcimer.
I would love to keep my dulcimer.
Then I will give you. Yeah. Then I'll give you 10 gold.
Okay.
The 52 gold?
Ooh, actually, before you do that, would you be interested in some lovely clothing? I have a costume.
She's wearing almost a burlap sack. And she just goes, "Now, do I look like I need a costume?"
You never know. Maybe it will help your sales.
I look exactly like. I am, and she looks at you. I am the greatest saleswoman in Estoria. I just sold that dumbass a boot, and it doesn't even have a partner. I don't need your clothes.
Oh, all Well, then I guess I will have to take money from Kiki. Okay, then that's that.
And she goes, if you want
You
to
can
sell me,
have. I
if
don't remember what we decided on.
she 40 gold from you, 10 gold from Kiki was the deal. What clothes did you want to sell her
Okay,
exactly?
that's fine. It's clothes, costume. It's adventuring gear.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
have
she's not going to
2.
buy that. She's not going to buy that.
But they're only 5 GP each, so I was like, I don't have anything and I don't want to sell my arrow.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. I will remember that I owe you all quite a bit, but I would like that. I was specifically looking for a loot.
Yeah,
so
so you
I will owe you.
all
All right.
yeah. And she looks at it.
Okay.
She goes, normally I charge
Goodbye,
more.
money.
She goes, oh well, hello money for me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. And she takes the gold, and she goes, all right, well there you go. You've got that wretched loot out of the store. You've got that boot that's been bugging me forever. It took me forever to sell the second of those in the set. So just is there anything else that you need?
Wait. Who did you sell the first to?
Another human.
Could you describe him for me? Or her?
Not with those options, no. And
Oh.
and she just goes, nope, sorry, customer privacy.
Darn. All right. Well, worth a try. Have a good day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would offer to play you something, but you don't seem to like it very much.
She goes, I do not. She goes, I do not. Good day. And are you guys heading out then?
And there goes anything else that I wanted to buy. Yeah.
You guys, as you guys head out, she goes back in the kitchen. She goes, I need more weasel stew. Pulls into a bag. Yeah, badger. Okay, you guys' option. You guys' option as to what you would like to do.
Kiki would try to head over to Vulcan's shop. I'm assuming that's the crazy one who knows about the weapon that she referred me to.
Yeah, I'm changing the music for a second, just because I feel like changing the music.
Really quickly while I'm updating my inventory. That's just a regular loot, right? It's just pretty.
That's not the music I'm going for. No, it's not. I want you to roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
I can identify it for you.
Okay, I'm gonna try this first because I would like to go use it. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, thank God I don't have to use my negative. I love bards.
What
okay. 18.
18. You
18.
You can tell that there is something magical about it, but you would definitely need to either you can attune to it, and you can either have Euphemian identify it, or you can possibly just attune to it and see what happens. Those are basically the options.
I'll probably have him identify it when I get back.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
Kiki, you can pick right back up. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So where were we right now? You were looking for that person. Let me look at my notes for just a second. It is a shopping episode. So what was it? Let me double check one thing here. I'm sorry if the pacing of this one's off. I'm trying to find my voice on these matters, and I do apologize. Kiki, you would find this large building with big brass doors with a sign that says Vulcan's Hall, VOLKAN. And hear the banging of an anvil on the inside through the door. Would I be correct that you go in?
Uh-huh.
All right. When you go in, immediately blasted with hot air and with hot air and just steam and everything moving through here, and you look through adjusting. I'm just gonna put the music on. You look through adjusting, and the whole place is filled with bronze armor, bronze weapons, tools. It is completely all of the metal adventuring gear you could ever want. And then whenever you look in, see leaning over the anvil, there's this dwarf who's kind of just worn out, exhausted, wiping the sweat from his brow, and he turns around and he just looks at you and goes, "Oh, hey, what do you want? What can I do for you? Welcome to Vulcan's Hall."
Thank you. What an impressive hall it is. Wow.
He goes, "Thank you
Do
very
you,
much."
do you do all this all by yourself?
He goes, "Well, I do what I can. I do what I can when I can. I'm not the only one that runs the store, but I am the one who makes all of these things around here. I like to think that they turned out all right." And you look at them, and they're all just gorgeous, like mastercraft armor. And he goes, I think that they're okay. I do what I can. It gets hot in here, which is why I have to work with my worthless assistant." And when he says that, this young boy, like 16, just runs in, long brown hair, and just comes in and goes, "Yes, Mr. Vulcan, sir." And he goes, "It is hot in here. Do you see me sweating?" "Yes, Mr. Vulcan, sir." "Then why do I not have water?" He goes, "Yes, Mr. Vulcan, sir." And he runs out of the room, and Vulcan just goes, "Kids just have no sense of what's going on."
They
And
have no idea.
he leans against the anvil, um, and just goes, "So, what do you need?"
Well, I find myself with a little too many weapons. I mean, they're all great. I love them, but you can only use one, maybe two at a time. So I'm looking to hopefully be able to sell them and maybe trade it in for something else.
All right. Because you want to
I'll
sell
pull.
weapons. All right, go on.
Yeah. I was just gonna say if he buys them here.
He goes, "I don't typically buy weapons because anything that you're gonna show me, I'm going to I'm gonna make better here. I don't think that's gonna be that impressive."
I'll still grab out the halberd and the battle axe that I got from Pythor's.
He just goes, "Oh," and he has a he had flips down like this magnifying glass, and he looks at it. He goes, "That's my work. I haven't made that in a long time, century ago at least. I don't know. What is time?" uh, well, I mean, I can melt it down. That's some of the best metal that I've ever worked with. So, not the best, but it's good. I wouldn't want it as a collection, but I could melt it down if that's what you want. What are you thinking?"
Well, I mean, for right now, I mean, I'm pretty happy with my great axe. I mean, I'm sure
"It's
I could end up
nice," he says,
finding
looking you
something.
over.
Thanks. It served me well. I might want to upgrade it at some point. You know, get some of that little fancy magical properties maybe imbued into it. But right now, I'm just trying to offload here. I don't know whatever you could use it for. Just basically looking to make a coin or two.
Use what for?
The weapon. You could always resell it. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. Look at this halberd. It's
Oh, the
beautiful.
halberd! Right. And he just looks at it again, and he leans back and he goes, and puts down his other magnifying glass, flips this one up, flips this one up. "Ah, yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. Recognize that. Yeah. Well, I don't typically buy my own stuff back, but I could melt it down. I'll tell you what, I could possibly, I could pay you, I can give you 20 gold worth of stuff from this, or if you want."
Hmm. Well, I'm sure there's more than 20 gold worth of metal in this. I mean, come on. Seriously, how much would you charge for this beautiful piece?
"Oh, I wouldn't make it for mortals. But,
I mean, I got it from my dad. My dad hasn't been there my whole life. I really don't care. I just want to spite him, basically.
wait, you got this from your dad?"
Hmm, yeah. Decides to finally say, "Oh, hey, daughter of mine, ooh." Yeah, Never been there single day in my life. And now he thinks he can just make up for it by giving me these beautiful, beautiful weapons. But I mean, coming from him just to try to make up for over 120 years not being there in my life.
Vulcan has become like her therapist.
And
Apparently.
Vulcan goes, "Wait, so who's your dad again?"
Ugh, that drunk asshole over there. Pythor. I take after my mom. I thankfully don't really have anything. I don't look like him. Thankfully, I take after my mom, but I mean, I was in the military. I fight. I obviously got that from him, so I guess it served me well. But I don't need his little pity gifts to try to buy me back.
You do not. You do not need his gifts. You have made yourself by yourself. Look at you. Look at you. My son was always a deadbeat. Come here! And he grabs you and pulls you in. He pulls you and squeezes you super, super hard. Like almost cracking your bones. Looks at you and goes, "Ah! What's your name? What's your name?"
I'm Kiki.
Kiki, hi. I don't tell a lot of people to speak. You can call me Vulcan.
Oh,
And
thank you so much, Vulcan.
He lets go of you. He goes, this is good to see you. This is great. The boy walks back, runs back in with a huge bucket of water, and goes, and says, "This is for you, sir." Vulcan goes, "Thank you. I'm just gonna," and he steps over and just starts pouring the water down his gullet. As he does, the young boy looks at you and just, goes, "I would have have. What was that? Nothing, sir!" And he runs out of the room. And he turns around and goes, "All right, well, since we're blood, you and I'll cut you a deal. Is there anything that you would like to sell or buy to me?"
Well, definitely the halberd and the battle
What
axe, and
halberd?
I was thinking the one the one right here in front of us that you made a couple centuries ago that my dad tried to buy my affections with.
He puts down both of his
Pythor.
magnifying glasses. That all checks out. All right.
And then I'll put the other battle axe there, and then I'm like, hoping to make a couple coins, but I'm also looking for maybe a shield of sorts. You know,
I can give you 60 gold worth of whatever you want in this store. That's what I can do for you, if that's what you would like. Now, honestly, this stuff, I'll make you that deal. I'll make you that deal. And he walks over and he takes one of the this bronze spear. He goes, "This spear, because I made it. This spear could kill a boar in one strike."
Oh, I've already killed a boar.
Have you?
With my bare hands.
But you had those weapons right there.
Yeah. Oh, these ones I only just got now, but yeah, with the ones on my back. And I mean, my friends help too, but I mean, like, I severed its tie to the mortal world.
Oh, well, this right here, he breaks the spear over his knee. He goes, "This is not what you want." He goes, "No, I'll help you, and I'll give you something else." "Boy!" The boy runs at him. He goes, "The spear broke. Set it aside for me to fix it later." And he goes, "But what you want, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give you. If I would be able to make you a weapon worthy of you if I just had access back to the mithril worlds. I don't. And it breaks my heart. But if I had access, I would I would craft you the greatest of spears or sword or great axes, but it's lost all its adamantine, all of its precious metals. So I will sell you any of these, and I'll sell you the broken spear at the discount if you'd like.
Yeah, I really don't need the spear, but I'll take something of the more defensive nature. Something like a breastplate, something like a shield, just some sort of lighter medium armor-ish or a shield that could just give me a little bit of extra, protection. I mean, I'm really a badass out on the field, but
Yeah, you
that
are.
little bit helps.
And he walks over and he looks at you and goes, "Yeah, you're a badass." And he takes this he looks at you and goes, "Badass. But if you really are Pythor's daughter, I mean, yeah." And he dives at you with this dagger. Are you gonna try and jump out of the way, or do you react at all, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, either jump out of the way or just at least try to stop him with my hand.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw.
20, natural 20.
All right, he dives at you, and you catch him. You catch his hand. He's got the knife, and it is a sharp knife. It could pierce. Like you're saying, the spear he made could kill a boar. This is a knife by the same man. And he looks at you and just goes, "Alright, so have the Dimir."
Oh, actually, you know what? Advantage on dex, but I mean, it was still
Yeah.
a not natural 20.
He goes, "Dimmy, quarter or full."
Not sure. For
He's asking
medium
about
armor?
you. He's asking about you.
Oh, Demi.
That makes sense. Glad you stopped me then. This would have killed you. All right. You tell me what
Just a little pause in game. Is he my uncle or is he my granddad? How are we related?
He is claiming that Pythor is his son. And I'm phrasing it that way.
All right. Okay.
And that is what he says.
My grandpa uncle.
Yeah. I got killed by my grandpa while I was shopping. I didn't even know I had a grandpa. It was awkward.
So no wonder he's your therapist. It's already family anyways. It's all good.
Yeah.
Exactly. He knows what I'm talking about.
So he just looks at you and just goes, and just says, "All right, well, I can get you a breastplate. I can make that happen. Let me see. Now, what would you want? Tammy, what would you want?"
I mean, yeah, if it's a breastplate, as long as Kiki has room for her chest there.
I see. I'm looking at it. Okay.
If not, then something comparable.
Breastplate is 400 gold.
He's my grandpa. Come on.
How dare you?
I mean, this guy seems decent. My dad, not so much. I like this guy.
What type of armor do you like? Medium armor, heavy armor? What's your preference?
Light and medium is what I can handle.
All right, let me see.
Shield.
Let me double check something real fast. Medium armor. You know what? I'm gonna regret this in the morning. Actually, I can give you scale mail, which is basically the same as the breastplate, but disadvantage on stealth.
I have a +4 on stealth though, so that's gonna affect that, isn't it?
Redeem both of those. You can redeem those for that. Shopping episode. We're committed to it.
It is.
Hey, Pound, thank you for the
So
subscription.
how is that going to work, though? If I get disadvantage on stealth, I still do keep my +4 to, because I've got proficiency in stealth.
Yeah, you would just roll twice and keep the worst roll with a +4.
And the lowest of, okay. You know what? Yeah, I'll take it. Absolutely.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, you switch those out. He brings you some scale mail, and he just what was it? And he that is weird. What's happening? And he says, and he goes, yeah, this is because I'm proud to give this to you. Uh, I'm honored. Apparently, now that'll be, I believe, about 80 gold.
I'll push the halberd and the battle axe towards him.
Oh, these are mastercraft. Yeah, absolutely. We'll make a fair trade. Absolutely. He takes that trade immediately. He is completely on board for whatever that is. Is there anything else that you would like to do here?
No, I will just tell him as I put it on, I am honored to wear your armor. I'm assuming he made it.
He goes, my only regret is that I couldn't get better. Tell you what, I get into those mines, first thing I'll do, I'll forge it.
I would wield it with pride, and I will try and do what I can to help you. I will try to help you see if we can get into that. Yeah. I'll be back. I will be back.
Alright. He goes, look. And he goes, boy! And he turns around, walks off, and just shouts with you. It is your action. Do you want to leave the store?
I will, yes.
Alright. It is your guys' action. Have you guys all finished what you want to do?
I don't know how much time we're killing, but if we're killing enough time that I could go busk somewhere, I would love to.
By all busk. That is up to the group. I can't possibly comment on your buskness.
Busk?
I was thinking about possibly going out and seeing if we can find the centaurs, but I don't know how.
Oh, I would want to come. I would want to come with you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll hold off then.
It would definitely be possible for you to find them. That's totally allowed. They would be things. Yeah, they would be outside of town. But they would be outside of town. You would need someone to show you the way there. But you can definitely do that.
Okay. Well, I think Krey was waiting for us at the palace, right? So if we're already there,
Imagine that he's eating his pocket bacon.
Would we pass the palace on the way to where they are? Because I've just come out of Vulcan's Hall. I know Krey was at the Dragon's Tooth.
Well, what I'm saying is you would need somebody that's in the know to tell you where to find it. Is what I'm saying. It's like you guys don't have that information.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, let's meet up then, and then go from there.
Yeah, I'm guessing Pythor could probably send someone to take us.
Yeah. So you guys, what was you guys go? Okay. You guys go and meet up at the place. When you guys around town, you guys come back. Let's say you meet somewhere in town as you're heading back. The four of you come back, and then like as the four of you are walking back, before you even realize it, hear this voice behind you. They have incredible empathy. It is. So what did you guys do?
Regrettably,
Ira?
not that.
I've got a book.
Okay. So the message. Look. Okay, she scribbles a note. You guys head back to the palace. Are you want to ask about meeting with someone there, or about meeting with the centaurs there? Or is there anything else you wanted to do first?
Anybody want to speak with what's her name there? Honora?
Mm-hmm. Might be
Well,
a good idea.
I mean, I would just be planning on like walking in the palace and making my way to try to find her and see and talk to her. But I think maybe we can try to go talk to the centaurs first.
Um,
So Kyra's with us, right?
yeah, she is with you guys right now.
Okay.
Oh, my mic
I'm
is a
gonna
bit
wait
in and
until
out.
she's
Thank you.
not. I'm gonna
If-
wait until she's not before I ask Euphemian to identify.
Okay. Euphemian, are you you're
Well,
casting?
did we want to do that? Because, I mean, presumably there's a time where Kiki was bargaining.
Yeah, if that would be like enough time for you to do that, that would be amazing.
I can do it in a minute.
Because I don't want to ask about it with her there.
Okay. Yeah. So you would ask about. You would cast identify. You work your magics. You hear this. You as you're casting identify, you're casting magic over this. You hear the music of this lute play. Let me double check something.
Identify is just me going through and communing with Kyra, and she just knows anyway, so...
Um,
Yeah, but you don't like pull out the trading card of like your favorite baseball player in front of them and be like, "How much is this worth? What is it? You know, how one of a kind is this?"
what was it? You play it. It is a lute that was blessed by Kyra. It is a lute that was touched by Kyra at some point with godlike intent, and it is while you are holding it. There are some more mechanics, but the short part is you have one use per day of one of the following spells: animal friendship, protection from energy, only fire, or protection from poison.
Ooh.
You can cast one of the. You
Nice.
can use one use of those a day using this. And it is
Okay.
only for people that carry the sincere love of music in their heart, which is to say, anybody just wielding it as a magic weapon and nothing else will face recompense.
Mm.
It must be by someone who is truly, sincerely of the bardic spirit.
Check.
I will add that to your inventory. Very check.
Thank you.
I will add that to your
How
inventory.
dare you?
I might need to tweak the stats of what I just put on there because it only has the items that I listed. Yeah, your version that I have with you right now is more powerful than the one that I gave you, so I'm gonna have to give you the altered version later. But you guys meet up.
That's fine.
You guys are at the palace now. Did you want to meet with Honora, or did you want to ask information about the centaurs first?
What time of the day would it be roughly about now?
It would be about afternoon,
Afternoon? Okay.
and the sacrifice is supposed to be tonight.
Yeah, so I was gonna say maybe let's do the centaurs first because they're obviously she's okay. They're not gonna come and grab her or anything, at least for a couple of hours. So we've got time for that, and then we can try to go see if we can talk to the centaurs first.
Okay.
That would be my thought.
All right, so you guys go through. You speak with Pythor, and I'll save you some time. Pythor does tell you, through his myriad of ramblings, that the centaur are waiting to kill his only daughter, and also, but except for you, he clarifies, right near Arkelon Falls. Arkelon. I'll put that in both chats. Arkelon Falls. and that is a great river or great waterfall at the edge of the river on the side of town. Those of you that can see the map can see on the left side of town is the river Archelon, and it goes into a waterfall, and just basically right outside the city limits, the water cascades down, and he says that they're along the road there. And he looks and he just asks, and he briefly asks, "Goes, why are you gonna kill them all yourself?"
Not always about killing. Sometimes you can talk through things.
And he takes a drink. You've told him something very distressful. But yeah, is there anything else you would like to do?
I think we'll just head out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, what was it? Callista, Kreyorin, are you down for going into that direction as well? All right. So you guys,
And when I see Cray again, I will pass him his share of value of the pearl that I sold.
Oh, cool. So Cray takes it and says, "Well, I found the name of that lady."
The one we were speaking to.
But that's all I could get.
So, are you some kind of cultist yourself?
Let's say I'm just on the edges.
Your spy?
Well, you heard her say I'm an errand boy. And Cray looks really pissed at that.
Well, certainly it seems that if you are a devotee of Sidon, you'd have to understand a slight suspicion on our part.
You know, I've lived with suspicion all my life. It's nothing new to me.
But what about what we're trying to plan to do to thwart Sidon's plan of sacrificing Pythor's daughter? Are you okay with that?
How can I say this? Being on the outskirts, I can choose whatever I want to do.
So your loyalty lies where the money lies. Is that a yes or a no?
I think you know Cray enough to know that that's a yes.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Kyra just goes, so that oath of fellowship, that not gonna be a thing? Because I don't normally do this, but I wrote like a lot about all of you swearing to watch for each other and protect each other. It was very beautiful, and now I'm just thinking that maybe I just need to throw that out because I don't want to put down a lie. I'm just gonna throw it out. And she leans back.
Just put it aside. Just put it aside for now. It's too early to say one way or another.
I thought if I wrote it, it would be like foreshadowing, but now it just seems like an unreliable narrator.
It's an idea.
She goes, okay. And she goes, well, I mean, if the Centaur are over by the Archelon Falls, then I can show you. Then I can walk with you all the way there. It's easy as following following the roads.
Well, perhaps if, in light of the fact that we've been found to have somewhat unusual backstory, somewhat of an unusual history here, I, for one, would certainly feel much better if we were to take the oath that I'm not suddenly going to have someone have a higher bid.
Pyra just slowly turns and looks at Kreyorin. Slowly turns and looks at Euphemian. And just starts making notes.
Cray goes, you know, it's for the money. This oath of friendship, I don't have friends.
Well, you may not have friends, but certainly you've got people who would appreciate some sort of assurance from you that you're not planning on stabbing us in the back at the first opportunity.
Now,
That the
if
first
you
time
think,
that the money is too good, that you're going to just disappear in the middle of the night.
well, you might have to figure that out at another time.
That also protects you, so that you know we won't do the same to you.
I've been watching out for my back for a long time.
Yeah, I can tell with the boar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just let that hang there.
Ooh.
That
Ky-
worked out well.
Kyra's just being the
It wasn't you who saved me, just saying.
And it wasn't me
then-
who killed you either.
We just gotta take it as it is.
So I saw that going differently. My apologies. I thought there would be a lot of magical friendship happening here, and I'm sorry. I should not try to guide the story on my own, and that's what happens when I do.
I'll sort of mutter half under my breath towards Kyra. We do need to get him a puppy. Maybe then it'll work.
I'm trying. I don't think if I could make a puppy, I would make a puppy so fast. But also, I am extremely aware of. I mean, he says that he has no friends, and he's been nursing that bacon for days. I don't feel comfortable with giving him a dog at this point. But do you want to go to the falls, or do we want to wait here for a little bit?
Yeah, I think we should go to the falls.
I'm okay with going to the falls, but I'm not confident of everyone here.
And we all turn and stare at Cray.
And then Cray just puts his hands on his hips and says, well,
Is there a time limit on this oath, Kyra?
He says, no. Oaths are whenever you feel that they're right. Or I guess convenient. One second. We'll discuss that in a minute. And she says, no, it's just whenever you want to. I suppose whenever he feels friendship is valuable enough. But until then, I guess he'll have to have his own motivations. We'll just call it character arc. She says very haughtily as she stares at her paper. She goes, well, if we're not going to resolve that, shall we at least move on to the next scene?
Well, given that we're talking about going into what is ostensibly the heart of the enemy territory, or at least hostile territory.
That's more accurate.
I mean,
think
they're
at
neutral
this
third
point,
parties.
until such a point as they're talking about killing everybody within the town.
Till then.
Want to plan for something? I'm not really good at making armor.
I feel that if we can't trust everybody here, I would rather stay.
And not
Well,
go?
It's up to the rest of you to make that decision if you trust Kreyorin when he's not even willing to say for certain that he would not stab you in the back at the first opportunity given.
listen.
But I think at this point, it should be...
Euphemian. No. I want to say something here. If you think I'm the one to stab you in the back, do you
Kyra
think I
sits
would've
down and
given you
starts
your
writing.
pearl? You think I would have tried to go and do something for Kiki here? But, that's okay. Trust what you want.
I trust actions. If
yeah,
one
you
is...
don't think I haven't shown him?
I don't know what you
I guess
show.
the question is, what do you have to lose?
Exactly.
I feel like you gain all three of us.
I'll lean towards Euphemian. Didn't you give her gold too? Like,
That was my pearl that I gave to him. No, I'm kidding.
It was, and then I divided the gold and gave it to everybody. But
Kyra
at
goes,
this point, it's him or me.
Thank you again.
Kyra just says, well, if you don't trust Kreyorin, I mean, maybe we should just try and see if we can convince the Order of Sidon to change their minds. Didn't you guys have a plan about that? No. Well, maybe you can bribe them. They do accept bribes sometimes. Do you still have all your gold?
Not quite.
do you have any? Can you make some?
I don't think that's how it works. Mostly because that's not how it works. She goes, well, then I guess we have to decide. Is it decide if we trust each other, if you all trust each other enough to go into a dangerous situation like that together? If you need to find an alternate solution or work this out amongst yourselves.
Maybe we
That?
can kill Gray.
No! Kyra just sits up deeply offended.
Joking.
Does Cray hear this?
I wasn't trying to be
Okay,
quiet about it.
So he mutters under his breath. Yeah, I'd like to see you try.
I would also like to see him try, or her try, but that's probably not how this is supposed to go. But I would like to see her try.
Listen, let's put it this way. If you want, it'll be Kiki and me. I lose, I join your oath. I win, I walk away.
Kyra just looks like she is about to explode from the coolest damn thing she has seen on this entire journey. And we're going to take a break there. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I'll see you guys about 8:15.
8:15.
8:15. Okay, for those of you that are just joining, because I know people are streaming in and out, we got the notice down below. Please look. We are moving this stream from here to Roll for Bowl. The URL is down below. Tonight is our last episode on Bin Competence. We're going to Twitch TV Roll for Bowl. I'm going to say it again throughout the night when I come back, everything like that. Please make sure we're going to update on all social media pages. You shouldn't miss out, but I just hate if you fell in love with our brilliant thespian nature and then missed out on it next week. So I'll see you all at 8:15. I just wanted to make that clear. All right, talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
Bye.
On my stream, so the listeners will be able to hear some music that I've got going, and it should be not overwhelming to the stream, but it wouldn't show up for you guys just now, which I think will be the same difference because the music on the stream was getting kind of repetitive because I have not curated a good playlist for that. In the meantime, let me see. So, are we all good to come back?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, you wonderful souls. Kreyorin has made the deal that he would be willing to swear an oath of fellowship if Kiki, the demigod, could beat him in battle. I'm going to jump ahead and say you guys are in the hall where Pythor was drinking, being the most open battle hall area. Pythor currently away on whatever business a drunken god king would have.
You don't want to have it into the open amphitheater where everybody can watch?
Would you like to do that?
Sure. Let's let Euphemian and Callista take bets from the spectators.
absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
I figured I could maybe provide some background music.
Yeah.
All right, Euphemian, you're our bookie.
Okay, I love this. This is possibly the most off the rails this could have gone, and I'm a fan of it. Okay, give me a
Yeah.
second. Give me a second on the mind space. The shopping episode. So
Turn into fighting episode.
Hopping
so
and brawling.
I'm gonna say at the amphitheater. Let me just set this up real fast because I do have notes that are surprisingly relevant. At the amphitheater, there is a play. Let me set the scene for a second. There is a play in the theater, Stone Quiet, as this woman laying on this slab in the middle of the amphitheater rises and says, "Once more the strange dream that I had haunted me. Lutheria, goddess of dreams and goddess of night, she who welcomes us our passage and guides us between life and death. But what of she, and what message does she have?" Saying, Kyra goes, "Nope, nope, nope, nope," just runs downstairs and just goes, "No, no, don't. It's very good, and I want to see how it ends, but this is a bardic emergency. I am so sorry." She goes,
Call it an intermission.
She goes, "Yes, yes." She goes, "Yeah, it's an intermission." And the lady looks at her and goes, I was trying to tell the story of one of the goddesses, one of the titans." And Kyra stands at full height, and her hair just like blows in the non-existent wind. Her body just like radiates the aura of divinity. And she goes, "I am Kyra, goddess of music, and these heroes of a destiny are about to throw down, and I want to see it. You can take 5. I promise. Here. And she puts her hands on her. You're blessed. Okay, this is incredible. You've been touched by Kyra. Now please go. And just shoos her off stage. What was it? Gestures to Kreyorin and Kiki. Just, get over.
Cray goes over.
And Kiki as well. Okay, all of the people in the audience are very confused because either the special effects exist, which is not a thing before, or it's this is the goddess who just came in and declared that she's going to have 2 random people fight. And Kyra's just goes, "Yes, it is me. It is Kyra, the muse. Inspiration to you all." And they start applauding. She goes, "No. No, you missed the point. 2 heroes of destiny. Kiki, warrior, fish person, I'm not sure, demigod, Triton, demigod, and daughter of Pythor. Don't boo, this is one of the good ones. Kreyorin. Sneaky, powerful, cursed by bad luck. Always misfortune in his life, and he doesn't even know why, because it's not the right part to tell him yet, but
Doesn't believe in love.
Doesn't even believe in love. And the audience just starts booing, and she turns to you and goes, "You're a heel." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "Now, they're going to fight for the future. I can't explain the rest of it, but they're going to fight for the future, so just... Okay. Round 1." And she runs over, stands next to Callista, and she goes,
Round 1. Fight!
Points at
Alright,
Euphemian.
do you want us, to
roll for initiative.
or-
Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Jesus. 12 for Kiki.
I don't know what the hell I got. 14.
14.
All right, I'm going to add you both to the meter. Let me put your tokens on the board, 'cause just like the way that the app works, that'll be easier. Because yes, I am 100% going to run this as a fight scene. What was it? I'm putting your tokens on the board. They are not actually there. It is genuinely just like the way the app works. It's easier to track it if they're physically present. So Kreyorin is 14. Kreyorin is or Kiki is 12. Kreyorin is 14. Double check here.
Yeah.
And yeah. So when the fight starts, real fast, Kyra turns to Callista, goes, "Do it. I'm gonna do it." She has the biggest sneaky ain't-I bastard look on her face. But yeah, Kreyorin, it is your action.
Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna go rush Kiki, and I'm gonna do an unarmed strike on her.
Excellent.
I'm gonna
Roll.
take my quarterstaff and just try to smack her head.
Wonderful.
How tall are you again?
We're both the same size. We're like
We're
tiny.
both 5 feet. Okay.
Yep.
All right, roll. What was it? You roll. What is? It's not one armed strike in this case. It would be.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, natural weapon attack.
Roll your quarterstaff. Yeah.
Okay. 16.
Oh, that is my new armor class.
Woo!
That absolutely hits. So roll for damage.
So I don't know. 5 then.
5.
Oh, 5.
Is one hand. So you strike. You immediately hit at Kiki, slamming her with the quarterstaff. Just a brilliant, swift attack. She just goes, ooh, yeah. 5 points of damage to Kiki. And do you want to do anything else? Because I know that monks have a million turns.
Yeah, I do want to try one of my flurry of blows. So that takes up a 2 point. And I'd
Yes.
like to probably take my staff and whip it around again, and then maybe try to do like a punch to the face.
All right. So you're doing the. So which one is coming first? Because it's the unarmed. The flurry of blows. That's gonna. Flurry of blows is gonna be 2 unarmed strikes, right? So that would be. So do your first unarmed strike.
No, not with a
All
12.
right, roll your second one. Skip this
Oh,
song.
21.
Okay, this song is not working. So yeah, you 21 hits. Roll 1d4 plus 3.
So 7.
7. Absolutely perfect. So you smack before Kiki has even registered and entered the battle. Just hitting, striking, and Kara just and just you striking with the hit. 12 points of damage total to Kiki. Kiki, you are knocked hard by this. But I believe that's Kreyorin's whole turn, unless they have any other malarkey.
Yep, that's it.
Kiki, it is your action.
All right. Well, after this whack, I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
So
Okay, Jen is all like this. Krey is like, hell no.
Kiki. Okay, do you want to describe? You could describe your rage here.
Okay. So I'm not exactly a puffer fish, but you'll kind of notice on my neck where my gills are, my little weird little things there that I have on my head as my ears, they're gonna kind of stand out a little bit more. My gills are gonna kind of puff out a little bit more. I'm gonna have a little bit of bubbles coming out my nose and out my mouth, just like I'm starting to kind of froth at
Yes.
the gills.
Like a berserker, hey? You're like a berserker.
Not quite, but I'm a
Yes.
fish, right? Remember that.
Okay.
So I'm trying to imagine how a pissed off fish would look.
This is a pissed off fish. So you are just furious, and a bunch of the crowd just starts leaning forward. They know rage, and they know there is the grace and mastery of Kreyorin, who's clearly knows their shit from the get-go and is open strong. And then there is this person that was presented as demigod letting loose with rage, and they are down. Roll your attack roll.
All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and take a swing with my axe, my great axe. Scroll back up.
Don't you have a +1 hammer, or are you not attuned to that yet?
I'm not attuned to it yet. I just got it this morning. Okay, so what's wrong? Why am I not seeing my thing here? Hang on.
Kyra goes, use the hammer!
Ah, there we go. Okay, great axe. That is going to
Oh,
be...
That is a crit!
Reaction.
This is amazing. Wait, what's your reaction,
Holy
Allie?
shit.
Allie, what's your reaction?
Epic verse, hubris.
You're
Someone rolls
post.
a nat 20 on an attack.
You're using it. You have. Oh my god! Hold on. I gotta check on this.
I get to add a verse.
Oh, you're adding a verse. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Add a verse. Okay. So, I will get to that in a second. Whack, whack. Kreyorin knocks in these blows. The fury, and just this incredible power. And sorry, Kiki. One thing. You got a second before you go on. How do you want to do this?
Obviously, I'll have said I'll rage and I'll swing, and then as I swing, I kind of realize what's happening. Oh shit! I'm sorry. As I've obviously hit. So at that time, if by the time I'm swinging and hitting and realizing, I want to make it non-lethal.
Let me look up if you can make your rage non-lethal.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry, Craig.
Oh man, this is what makes good friggin' entertainment. He just goes down. His little ass goes down.
Sorry, it's actually 26 points of it's 25 points of damage. Yeah, because you get the bonuses from leveling up. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. So you take the axe and you see Kreyorin and realize this is a master warrior who has had the shittiest life and has made it work to the point where they're destined for great things. But you are a demigod holding a great axe, and they have come within arm's length of you. They can be an incredible, truly, literally heroic epic warrior, but you have the killing blow immediately. And just, what was it?
Brilliant. I didn't even last a round.
And you just, there's this, and there's like this big echoing boom through the whole amphitheater, and dust everywhere, and as this Kreyorin, as the dust settles, Kreyorin just completely unconscious, with cracks on the floor all around him, and Kyra just goes, Callista, you're being close to Kyra. Kyra is feeling two things right now. Kyra may have just played a vital role in the death of one of the 4 heroes of Destiny, and also Kyra just witnessed some of the coolest shit that's ever happened in any battle ever. So Kyra is probably feeling more conflicted than a mortal could understand. As you see Kyra's life purpose and life purpose both undo each other at that moment. She's, do you have cure wounds?
I do. I'll go.
Go.
First level. Let me give. How much do you get?
And what's Kiki doing? Because I'm
Yeah, Kiki, what is your moment? You are standing above this 8. Okay.
It's 11 because I rolled an 8.
I'll just look over to Kyra. Huh? And to Callie. Back to Gray.
Kyra's just.
So I'm totally and then.
So when I reach down and I wake Cray up, I cast Cure Wounds and I go, now you have to be our friend.
Yeah, and so when Cray wakes up to this, he says, well, better you than other people, I guess. My bad luck continues. And then he just gets up and just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
I'll offer my hand to help you up.
Oh yeah. Well, at this point, yeah, Kray'll just kind of, but he'll do that like that warrior thing, where you like,
Yes.
yeah. That's what Kray'll
Okay.
do.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I pull him up, I'll clap him on the shoulder like, ah!
Yeah,
So we're good now?
I'd rather have you on my side than not.
Good idea.
In the audience, you hear, "What the hell was that?" This woman and there's like this woman in the audience, like this very tall, brawny woman, and she just goes, "I was watching a beautiful show about where we stand and where what our purpose is if we know that we're going to die. I was in a place, I was contemplating, and you interrupted everything. No disrespect, Kyra. Reverence for you. I don't. The master plan that you had someone come out and just bludgeon a poor man to the ground and then leave it there. That was it? That was the show?
It's a subliminal lesson. I'm going to grab Kray. Carry on with your show. Pull Kray off the stage.
I'll stick behind and just like, I can try to get the mood back.
Get off the stage!
I'm going.
I suppose
we
I
got
didn't
Callista
have any
Boo.
chance to actually start any betting.
There was no betting.
Very drunk man looks at Euphemian and goes, "I want to put 2 gold on the scrappy one with a stick."
You're on.
Take 2 gold. After a moment, the woman comes back on stage and looks around for a minute. The goddess of dreams, I guess, who guides us through to the next life, and what purpose there be in there? And this woman in the audience just goes,
You were just waking up. I'm sorry, I'm trying to help.
and she lays
Life
back
is
down.
struggle.
I'm gonna take 5, and she just walks off again. Kyra goes, so you guys are backstage, basically not backstage, but like sort of on the outside where like any of the actors would be or thing. You guys are walking past, and like other actors are like giving you guys the dirtiest fucking looks, and Kyra goes, "Okay, so
That was fun. I think we've done good work here.
That
So
was a
are
tough
you-
crowd.
Yeah. Now, are you satisfied? As I
Are
take my
you?
quarterstaff and put it down. Well, I always keep my promises, so that's that.
Then
Oath over drinks?
do this oath.
are you?"
That sounds fantastic. Are you going to keep all of the wine inside of you?
You have a concussion?
I should be fine. Never. It's okay. Thank you. Let's go for a quick drink. That's what we all need right now.
Yeah.
Congratulations and also my condolences. And she just like leaves you guys. I'm sorry, I need a moment to process the absurdity of what just happened.
Oh man, we are your bullshit
You
group.
guys-
Come on.
I'm trying.
That was my first verse, guys. I mean, like actual, like real one in game.
Oh wow.
Hooray!
Hey. But I mean, at the same time, Cray's just like, this is bullshit, you know?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep the story going on my end, but like as the DM, but as like Ben, I'm just like, what the fuck did I just watch? And so like, are you guys going to the Dragon's Tooth, or are you going somewhere else? Where do you want to go? Okay.
Is there someplace like nearby, like instead of going all the way
If
to
there's
the
one
Dragon's Tooth?
closer, then yeah,
Yeah.
I'll grab whatever.
There would be.
Yeah.
I would say there could be like a small restaurant, maybe place. There's some Greek food nearby. if you wanted that.
Does anybody want shawarma?
Yeah.
I look at Kiki and I'm like, wow, we both like shawarma, no?
Friends!
And then when she tries to come near me, I'm like, ugh.
This is amazing. I almost killed a player.
Again. This is again.
Kreyorin, I think
Right?
I think what's amazing is just how much. I don't know who in the group realized. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know, but I'm just thinking out loud. How much Kreyorin just having the shittiest luck is a big part of how Jin wrote the character, and just how much. Is this the second time we've one-shot you?
Oh yeah. First was the boar, and I died.
The boar did enough damage to like insta-kill you, I think.
Yeah, yeah. But then to get down, that was with Kiki. I don't think I got down on the last fight.
You're only at 21 hit points, and yeah, I hit you for 22.
Exactly.
So you guys
Exactly.
you hit for 22. You hit for 25 because you get +3 when you're in rage.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even count that yet.
You didn't even do rage. You didn't even count rage damage. You did 20.
Oh, shit.
You did 25 slashing damage to someone with 21 hits, but you did it in a non-lethal way, which was good, I guess. You guys are at a restaurant that I will name at some point later when I'm good at naming things. And you guys would be having. They would have various kinds of drinks there, not just beer, but just like refreshments. You know what I mean? Juices, water, things like that. You guys can be there. Kyra will just goes. Excuse me, can we just get whatever they want? And she reaches. She has like the thinnest pockets, but she reaches into those pockets and pulls out like a huge handful of gold. And she just like sprinkles it like in the waitress's hand, and she goes, whatever they want.
Wow.
So yes, what do you guys want to order?
Cray wants the strongest shit that this restaurant has.
Fair enough.
Kiki will take whatever.
All right.
Yeah, wine and
I want wine and finger foods.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
So they go to get that,
tapas.
and Kyra sits back. That sort of Kyra sits back in that sort of position you have whenever it's been a long day and you just need a beer, and
Yes.
she just goes, I am not supposed to create things, and I am not supposed to introduce them to the world, and I am not supposed to do that for the benefit of people who clearly have a destiny. But I feel bad.
So Jen's laughing, but Cray is like, okay, listen, right? True to my word, how do we do this oath thing?
Okay. She's like psyching herself back up, and she's she goes, okay, and she reaches into her satchel. She pulls out a scroll, and this one's like bound up like tight, and she unravels it on the table thoughtfully. She looks at it with the same care, delicacy, and reverence that she showed the one that revived Kreyorin in the second episode.
Sorry.
Because there's magics that can revive people and channel lives, and that is obviously sacred magic. Your word, your bond is sacred, and to someone like Kyra who values these things, these stories that people create, something with this much potency of friendship and devotion, even though it's not technically magic, is every bit as holy to her as everything else. And she looks at it and she just says, I am, and then you say your name. And I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side. She goes, you need, and make sure that you meet. She looks at all of you. I'm putting it in the chat for you guys to see.
Okay, good, because I was like, I don't think I'll remember that.
She puts in the chat.
I think I got it.
She puts it in the chat, and she goes.
She puts it in the chat.
She puts in the chat. Wow, I was distracted. You guys can't see it. You guys in the stream can't see it. But in our Discord where we talk about the show, someone just put a GIF of the Hulk beating the crap out of Loki, and I have to acknowledge the sheer accuracy of that it just completely derailed all of the moment that I was going for.
I'm a fishy She-Hulk. Okay.
Yes, that's a good. Yeah, that's good.
But she looks at it. She says, when you make an oath, it is bound to your soul. I need you to make this with the sincerity that you would live and die for. So please, consider that when you say it. And that's all I ask. She leans it forward. What's that?
Does our drinks appear?
The waitress would be putting the drinks down around it, but Kyra sort of looks at her with a solemnity, like just a solemnity of and severity of purpose, that the waitress sort of very carefully, delicately sets them like around the edge of the table to not get on anything else. Kyra's goes,
I grab my drink and I just down it before I do the thing.
All right, yeah, I'll ask each of you. I would ask each of you to do this. And just before you do it, you can preface it with something about your character's state of mind when they're doing this, like what they would think, because again, oaths are woven into the universe. This actually has real mechanical benefits, so I'd like a little insight into what your character's thinking when they make this promise. Anybody can go first. Kyra looks at Kiki and just nods.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will stand up, and not knowing what I need to specifically do, I'll just kind of put my hand on my chest over my heart, and then I'll kind of stare off into the distance and just kind of remember in the military as a soldier with my brothers there, look out for everybody, no man gets left behind. I'm kind of channeling on that, and then incorporating in my thoughts in my head my friends at the table here, and I will say, I am Kiki, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side. And as I say that, I will look at each of them in turn.
Kyra just looks at you and just nods with a sincere respect and admiration for the weight of what you're doing.
I will sit down and bottoms up and chug my drink. And slam it on the table after.
You're muted.
It's kind of like one of those drinking games, you shoot and then bam, and then you take another shot and bam. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Kyra looks at the rest of you.
I will stand up, and I'll, read over the scroll that had been put in front of me, knowing full well how serious business all of this is. And I will sort of realize, this is probably the most important oath that I've taken thus far in my life. And I will say, I am Euphemion, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side.
You feel a strange energy, warmth emanating from the book on your person, possibly a heat, and nothing more. And Kyra looks at you, just thinks for a second, and then just nods and smiles.
And I'll sit down and take a drink.
And I go, ladies first.
If you insist. I'm going to stand up. And it probably won't even really be noticeable because I'm so small.
You hear the clop clop of her hooves on the
Callista's
table.
gonna think about. Yeah, I'm gonna get on my chair. That feels right. And Callista's gonna pause and think about the fact that this is the first time in decades, if not ever, that she has been able to spend time with people without feeling like she has to earn it. So no favors, no entertainment value, just actual people who just are okay with having her around. And she's just gonna say, I'm Callista, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side. And then I will sit back down. And not drink.
Kyra just sort of looks at you, and she slightly winks, and then she turns and she slowly looks at Kreyorin, and you see a look of trepidation on her face.
And so you want me to tell you how I feel, right? I think that at this point, Prey always had bad luck, and maybe this is the opportunity for him to be better, and maybe to figure out what's going on. He's never really ever had anybody to trust, so it's very new to him. So, yeah, this is very important to him. So let me just okay. So I stand up and I say, I am Kreyorin. I can't even say my own name. I am Kreyorin. And I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the oath of fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side. And I look directly at Euphemian. And I sit down.
I just hold the look.
Kyra has such a beaming, bright smile on her face. She is that very, teacher when their students really give it their all. She's just like, oh, she's smiling, and she goes, well, cheers. She toasts and she drinks.
yeah.
I wish I had a glass. She drinks, and she rolls the paper back up, scroll. She goes, and she holds it and waves to you, and she goes, this is going to be the most valuable thing I own someday. She puts it back in the bag. It is anybody's action. You guys have a lot of options on the table, and you have worked out a lot of issues beforehand.
A lot of options on the table. Chicken wings, buffalo broccoli, poutines.
Yeah.
Oh, they are
things.
They basically, when you guys look out at the celebrity of this moment, Kyra did just give them an almost more gold than she can hold, like more gold than a person could hold, because she was, creating it at the time, which she does not do often. But you see, the waiters standing around with a plate of everything just to be safe. Cannot fit on the table.
I don't even question it. I'm just eating whatever's in front of me.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I think that we would all do
mechanically,
that because we were, yeah.
I think mechanically we wanted to take a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
I have to imagine at least one of you would. God, that was the most
that was
hilariously unexpected thing I have
didn't
ever
think
seen.
I'd one-shot him. I mean, I thought
You
we'd
know
go
what?
for a couple rounds, and it would
Yeah.
be, yeah.
Yeah, but Krey has had such shitty luck that
It
this is almost
truly.
like on brand.
I bet
This
So this is
is
brilliant.
kismet.
I
Yeah, and the verse of hubris also.
yeah. I
Yep.
had plans for Kyra. Like I said, Kyra had plans for what she was going to do, and I had like a flow of combat to like keep it interesting and stuff like that, and that got resolved really fast.
Within like yeah.
That was like the final season of Game of Thrones when they just like resolved everything as quickly as they could, and there's like, fuck it, it's done. Rocks fall, people blow up, and it's like, okay. So anyway, your guys' action, what you want to do, because Kyra is just sitting here drinking, and with that said, I have lost any ability to move this forward. It's up to you guys.
Oh, that's awful.
Anyone who's anyone who's doing hit.
That's better.
Wait,
Oh wait.
if you're doing hit dice on the d6.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did that wrong. So that 2 is it's 2 plus 6, so that's 8.
No, add a d6.
Oh,
No.
add a
To roll
d6.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just add another.
Those
Song
in
of
chat, those of you in the audience, need to know.
Oh yes.
Deeply need to know. Okay, you guys in the audience need to know that Kreyorin, Jen just rolled for Kreyorin to see how much HP she heals during her short rest during this lunch. She spent 2 hit dice and 1 of the bardic rest dice, so that was 3 dice. Jen, would you be so kind as to tell people what those rolls were?
Oh, it was so large. Just the
1, 1, 1. Down the line. One shot, and then followed it up with 3 1 die.
That's awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
God, fuck you, Kiki. Kiki just almost made a complete recovery immediately as well.
I mean, I did. Yeah, I'm at my max hit points. Yeah, I'm all fully healed. Like, there's not even a scratch on me.
Wait, did you, Jen, did you incorporate the Constitution modifier
Oh,
on the hit
shoot.
dice?
No, I didn't. Well, it doesn't even matter. I mean, like, let's see. I think it's 1. Just double.
I mean, that
So it's
doubles
one
it.
for every hit die. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, so it's plus 1.
Oh.
So
So,
what, 5 total?
Well, let's see. It's 1, 2 plus the 6, so that's 8 plus 1, which
No,
is 9.
it's not a full 6. It's the d6.
No, I know, but I rolled my
Unless
other
it's
one.
from something else.
So I rolled 2 die, and then
So
I
sorry.
took- yeah,
So sorry.
yeah. So then it's 3 plus 6, 9 plus 1, 10. He's pretty much there.
You get to add your Constitution modifier for every
Oh, for every dice?
die you use, though, right? So it would be 3, right?
Okay. So
Are you not hitting your hit die button when you click on short rest? Because it
We
did it
can do
automatically
that?
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put
shit.
put a check mark on how many of your boxes you want to hit, and then hit the big red box that says hit roll die. It does all the
I
math
just
for
learned.
you.
See, I learned something new today. Thank you. All right, let's just say for kicks and giggles.
It takes Krey a little bit of time to recover.
this is absolutely.
Okay, for the audience, I tried to do it. I did exactly what Kiki told me, and I ended up with 6 hit points. So I think I'll take what I had the first time.
Beautiful.
I think this is totally what Krey should get. So, you
She's
know?
starting
This
to
is
feel bad.
incredible.
She sees how Krey's life is going. She's starting to feel bad for the dude.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what to say here, so I'm just letting this happen. I'm just letting this ride.
Hey, DM.
Yeah, what's up?
This is long enough to attune, yeah?
Yes, you can attune, and you can attune this to
Alright.
you.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm gonna tune to my hammer.
Yes. Kyra is extremely glad you did not attune to that hammer beforehand.
Oh?
Oh, That probably would have killed her or killed Gray.
Would it?
Let me
Probably.
let me look up the exact stats of the hammer. We'll come back to that, but I'll add it to in a
Okay.
minute. But anyway, so yeah, you guys did. So you guys have your rest, and yeah. Oh, Pythor's hammer is right here. Yeah. Let me see. You used your what was it? The great axe.
Yes.
Oh, Pythor's hammer's actually weaker. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, it's your guys's action. What you'd like to do?
I've got a question for the DM. Just a quick question in regards to my scale mail that I got from Vulcan. Does it have any sort of adornments?
It would look like it would be like it would have Vulcan symbols on it.
Okay, so it
yeah.
would be easily identifiable.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
I would imagine that we take that short rest to kind of discuss what our next game plan is, I would think.
Well,
Alright.
at this point, I think we should talk about going to the Centaurs. Giving Cray kind of the side eye.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, notices but won't even look, but just doesn't. It's just done with shit right now. So he
What's wrong,
notices, but he's
Cray?
like, yeah,
We'll say
right.
that I'm sitting beside Cray and I'll just kind of nudge on the arm, just playfully, like, huh? Huh?
What happened, Cray?
Well, maybe a puppy won't be too bad. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh my god, you believe that?
We are so gonna make it happen, Cray. We
Oh
are
my
so
God.
gonna make it happen.
Nope.
That's gonna be
Nope,
the
but-
ending.
That's okay.
Can I add a little something? Obviously with Vulcan's obviously noticeable symbols, can I have maybe like little fish scales
Aww.
Yeah.
on like maybe on the shoulders or so?
Yes, I love that. Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you guys gonna go speak to the centaurs?
Mhm.
Fuck, we've had how many drinks? Sure. What could go wrong?
No, we wouldn't have done that.
No, not that bad.
No. Yeah,
We ate.
Moderation
We're
in
good.
all things.
exactly. We ate beforehand.
Or at the same time, at least.
Yeah.
Whatever, we're fine.
Yeah.
What was it? You guys what was it? You guys travel along the road. Let me what was it oh, okay. I had the location a little bit wrong. It's over this way. It doesn't really affect anything. But it's just to the northwest exit, not the southwest exit or southwest path. But Kyra leads you all there, and Kyra goes, "Okay, we're going to." She goes, "We're going to go now. Remember, the centaurs can be very proud, very easy to anger, and they don't like a lot of the more human races. They're still mad about the thing." And she's talking about like whenever, basically, a lot of the human races they immigrated to Thylia and basically set up shop here a couple hundred years ago, and that was a major like the catalyst that started the war, and a large part of the war was about what races were allowed to live on this continent, which ones weren't. So she goes, yeah, so just be careful and probably maybe stay in the back behind Callista. And she goes, okay. She leads you guys along the road. It's a long, abandoned road going towards the waterfall. This path isn't the main way into the city. There's the south gate that you guys came through, but the north gate is mostly abandoned because a lot of the road there, that way lies into dangerous parts of the forest and lots of the not connected to a lot of the other cities. She leads you along this road, and then as you can smell the mist from in the air, you know that you're getting close to the waterfall. You walk along this road, along the trees, and you see the trees around you. Smell this, and as the road starts to turn, Kyra goes, "Oh, I think they're here."
Just as we were getting close, I'll use disguise self to hide myself to look like a minotaur.
Wonderful. And what was it? Let me look at something then.
Are we trying to be stealthy?
I don't
That's-
think so.
Okay, then I'm going to be playing my lute.
Non-aggressive, but not stealthy either.
Oh, wonderful.
Right, Jen?
Yeah, I want them to hear us coming, but I want it to be friendly. So I'm going to
Okay.
be playing my lute.
Okay, 1 second. Give me a moment. Yeah. So you guys are walking through, and when you come on, she goes, Kyra goes, "Hey, I'm pretty sure that if I get too involved in this, it's going to be it upset them. Also, it is your story, so I'm just going to." And she like steps back. As she steps back, you see large figures shadow around the in the trees step out. What was it? Step out. Massive centaurs. And when I say massive, I mean twice the size of a person. They're each with the horse side of them, different patterns from like a pure black fur to like brown with like white spots and all these different patterns, and then the human um, looking as if the most beautiful humans. Just one man looking out at you disapprovingly, followed by another and another and another, until you see that those that are around you, let me get this right, they number in a dozen centaur, and this one stands towards you. The man with the brown fur and the white dots and everything, he looks up and he says, "You have sought us out. Explain yourself."
Hello. We're here as guests.
He walks a little further, a little closer to you, looks you up and down, gives you a curious look, says, "I did not invite anyone here. I did not expect you."
Friends then.
I want you to roll performance.
Okay. Performance. Alright. Okay, I'll take that. That's total of 21.
Nice.
The reason I'm having you roll performance is because as the most charming bard, as a satyr, as someone who is spent your life before this getting what you want from people, you know what to say and how to say it in a way that allows you to read people. So I was tapping into that ability to read. Centaurs very famously have a disdain of the humanoid races and kind of a condescending, like, oh, they can talk, but they're not really the real races kind of thing. It takes a lot of work to be seen as worth having a conversation with them, and I will give you a moment to basically. What I'm explaining to you is satyrs. You guys would have like a different arrangement with centaurs, but as a satyr who's clearly brought other people here, there is a strong vibe of what are they doing here. Respect must be shown, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And what was I going to say?
Are they like or ignoring me as the Minotaur?
Let me think. I am going to roll something for them. You have not spoken yet. They look at you with the same curiosity they gave Callista. There are two, in their mind, there are two Thylian races, two humanoid races, and they have questions about Kyra, but they can sort of have a sense that she's not a part of this. And so they don't understand you. They don't immediately dislike you like they do the others, but they have questions about you.
I'm going to just be the strong, silent type for the time being until needs be.
Turns
Wow,
and looks at
Callista.
Callista. You're on.
I was just gonna say, while Callista was talking with him, Kiki, because she's very well aware of all the giant freaking weapons she's got on her back, I'm just gonna be basically standing there with my hands showing, like, absolutely, I'm not reaching for anything. Hoping that I'm giving off that vibe. I don't want any trouble at all. I'm giving you space. I'm not reaching for my weapons, even though I have them. Not knowing what else I can do to convey.
He gives
that.
you an odd look, processing what you're doing. What was it? He gives you an odd look, like, okay. If you want to roll an insight check, I can elaborate.
Sure, let's see what I can do. Insight. Meh, +0. Sure.
5.
5.
Yeah, no, he thinks that you doing that is weird, and that's really all that I can give you at a 5.
Can I see that on his face?
Yes, he does not. This guy does not hide anything about how he feels about you guys.
Okay, then I will just lower my hands, but I'll still keep them kind of a little bit away from my body, but down. But I'm like that they can see that I'm not reaching for anything. Not necessarily like that. They're straight down. They're just straight. They're not reaching. They're not grabbing anything.
And he looks at Callista and says, "Explain yourself. I will give you the grace of an explanation."
First, may I offer this meager gift? And I'm going to pull out my dagger and I'm going to say, I know that one as mighty as you likely has no use for it, but hopefully you can appreciate how valuable it would be to one as small as I, and offer him my dagger.
He leans down towards you, keeps eye contact with you while he grabs the dagger, pulls back, and looks at this thing, and basically puts it in the bag, because he has weapons on him, so he puts it in like a holster. And he looks and he says, "Your friend wishes me to know that they mean me no harm. You give
This
me
is
your
correct.
weapons. You have come
This is
here,
correct.
and all you have said so far is that you have no ambition of attempting to hurt us. I am waiting for more."
Well, we've been told that though you, well, I guess you'll have to elaborate, but we've been told that you are prepared to lay siege to the city on Sidon's behalf. Is this correct?
We have been told that there is our part to play. We will accept that role. We will accept that role and embrace it, as we do not defy the gods or the titans. Can you roll an insight on that?
Either? Okay. Why? Sorry. That's not great. 12 total? I mean, it's wonderful. It's the best roll you've ever heard. 12.
12. He, at a 12, he's not hiding a lot of this. So I can give it to you at a 12. This line of, like, I'm just going to carry out the will of the gods is both true and total bullshit, because this is it. You know enough about Centaur history, and you know enough about him that, like, even though he's like acting like I am formally serving the gods, he's got the green light to do what his people have wanted to do for a very long fucking time. So
This is
he
like
knows.
an excuse to fuck him up.
Yep, and he's like decorum demands that I act like I'm just fulfilling an order, and then also the pointed statement of our people don't defy the gods, because all the humans do by existing here is their existence is an active verb defiance against the titans in his mind. So he just says, he just says, I'm carrying out these orders because I don't defy the god. I don't defy the gods or the titans.
The gods as well?
I respect the gods of this land.
We just wanted to see if there was anything that we could do to help maybe incentivize you to not kill everyone in the city.
A couple of the Centaur closest to Callista begin to close in on her, stepping forward. He stands stalwart, looking at you, and says, have you spoken to Palaminia?
I look over at Cray. Like, is that
Cray, you're
the
muted.
name?
Cray, you're muted.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so when you look at me, I just kind of nod my head.
Yes, we have.
So now, hang on just a minute there. Y'all are telling me that you are all coming out here. You're going to be on the beck and call of any of their kind. They say jump, you say how high? That ain't the centaurs I know.
Make a persuasion check. Also, a big fuck you to whipping that out when I have to
son of...
when I have to play as seriously as possible, whipping that accent out.
Well, you know, I figure, you know, I've dressed up like a minotaur, so it makes sense to be a cowboy.
And he looks at you, and he says, they are vessels for the will of the titans. I think you know how this works. And I don't think, to my recollection, the centaurs have not gone into the lands of minotaurs or others and told them how they worship or how they bond or kneel in reverence to the gods or the titans. Did you come here just to cast aspersions upon me and my tribe and insult us? This one, and turns to Callista and says, if you went to Palaminia first, and you're not presenting a message from her, then she did not give you the blessing, which means that you were told by an ambassador of the Titans that there would be no mercy, and you sought to undermine that by speaking to me. Is this case?
I'd like to be clear. I mostly just want to make sure that as long as Pythor holds up his end of the deal, you won't act out of turn should she command it.
She is only here. My only respect for her is as an ambassador to Sidon. And Sidon has made his will known. Roll an insight check.
Oh my god. Why is this happening to me? 9.
We used up all the good rolls.
Maybe
Yeah.
he might be in on the double cross you're asking about. He might genuinely be upfront about not wanting to do anything but what he's already said. This is a creature, a person that is very clearly in D&D terms lawful neutral to the extreme. But it is hard to it is at a 9 you said? It is inscrutable what law he adheres to at this moment.
But now, I suppose the main thing that I'm looking forward to here, or looking to understand, if you'll hear me, is that
Yes, man.
so
How?
long as so long as the humans honor their bargain to the letter, it ain't gonna be you coming around being all kinds of trouble just on account of the fact that you want to fuck them up.
That is correct. I would like to ask you a question.
Shoot.
Did the 5 of you, and Kyra just sort of, meep, is the 5 of you come all the way out here into our camp just to ask us if we were lying or planning deception, or if we were planning to cheat, trick you? That's the
Well,
only question that you had.
if
Doubt
the
our
case,
honor.
you have to understand that the only person that we have talked to so far today has been the human folk. Without trying to be insensitive, it's easier to get it from the horse's mouth.
Roll persuasion.
With advantage because
No.
Callista's
Natural
helping
20.
and stuff. Oh yes.
Nat 20, totaling 24. And he says, and he looks at you, steps forward. Now, with his positioning and his large frame, almost within like melee range of, I'm going to say like 3 of you. Like, I'm going to just pick 3 random because we didn't really discuss the positioning of, okay, can someone ban that? I need to ban that person. Position of 3 of you. And I'm going to say Kiki, Euphemian, and Callista. And when he does, he looks at you and just says, I understand entirely your concern. It is not in my nature to plot and plan and betray with the humans, no matter how much it's in their nature to plot, plan against us. I understand your reservations about Palomina. I would not work with her if I did not think that she was an honest advocate for Sidon.
Well then, y'all just have to understand that we're here in the hopes to minimize as much blood loss as possible. So,
Then, Harp, I, at different causes, I will not break the promises I have made. Not mean that.
Be that as it may. So long as we're looking for making sure that the humans keep good to the word, we can be on our way. And we'll ensure that they keep their promise to the letter.
What was it? And what was I gonna say? As you are talking, you see, you hear these boom, boom, and from out in the trees behind, you see, let me get this right. You see two large creatures, taller and more powerfully built than the centaurs. Each muscles almost as big as any one of you. And in the center of their head, just one large eye. And the centaur looks at you and just says, if you needed that reassurance, you have it now. I want what I've always wanted, but I will not have it by breaking the wills of the gods and titans that I revere.
Well, so long as we all know where we stand, I think we can make our way out of here. I wish you the best.
I'm not going to... Formalities and insincerities, traditions brought in by the humans. We have an understanding of each other. And he steps back.
Okay.
Um,
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So is there, what was it? Is there anything that you guys want to do here more as well?
I don't want to push our luck.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah. That's why I kept quiet too. Cray has a mouth on him.
All right, fair.
So I want to say one more thing, but I'm like,
Say it if you got it.
I just want to apologize. Okay. So, Callista's just going to, kind of duck her head down a little bit and, polite reverence and just say, I'm sorry for any aspersions we may have cast upon your honor. That was not our intention. And I hope we didn't get off on the wrong foot. I have a lot of respect for the centaurs.
I have a lot of respect for the satyrs and the creatures of this land. And he looks down at you with a somber, almost sadness to his voice that he did not have before, and he says, of this land. Who are you? And he turns and walks away before you can respond.
Wow. Nice.
Are you guys heading back?
Yeah,
Right.
I would
yeah,
imagine
think
so.
I'm out.
I mean, we're basically just trying to find information right now, right? To
Mhm.
make sure that everybody is on the same page, that if things go the way they're supposed to go, there are no promises broken. And I think we've done that already because we've gone to everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
So now
I
we just have to go
actually,
to
what I really
Endora's.
wanted to confirm was that they were working with the order. So I got that confirmation. So
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
I will follow y'all wherever you want to go.
As you guys are leaving, Kyra just goes, okay.
Well, that went well.
Did it? Okay. Okay.
You are very lucky they didn't see through that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at what I do.
Being someone else. Got me fooled.
Kyrie goes, but you do look cute like that.
I like the tail.
Me too.
Do you have a ring in your nose? Can I try and grab it?
If you try, it just passes through.
Oh,
She looks and she kind of gives you, like, you can see her and she's like vaguely flustered by like Minotaur Euphemian. She goes, okay. So I did not want to write at the time. I am horrifyingly human passing. Okay. And I need to and she just starts to write down, and she gets lost in thought while you guys talk, just catching up everything that she missed.
Well,
I
so
guess
what? We present you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go to Honora's room and tell her what's going on, and I will take her place, and we will beat the shit out of some things.
I think that sounds fantastic.
Now, to be certain, the wording that we had been told was that you must stay upon the rock until morning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Would this then mean that, for instance, if we come under attack and you fall off the rock or go to attack something, that you would be in violation of the contract?
Probably better safe than sorry. I would assume there are chains there already anyway. Maybe there's a way to secure you in a way that doesn't limit your mobility entirely, but could keep you on the rock.
Now, when
I'm gonna
someone
look at you,
says
Femi,
being
'cause, like,
bound, is that always just the hands?
Kyra goes, no, sometimes it's the feet too. And then sometimes it's the feet and the hands together.
Because
And then sometimes there's a gag.
I'm not a fan of that. Tried that once before. It didn't go well.
That's disappointing.
I'm okay with having my feet tied, but if you guys can make it look like my hands are tied, but I can still get my weapons and do what I need to do.
I suppose the other question could be, well, what if we brought Honora down here and we simply kept the basilisk from getting to her?
Escort missions.
Do we want? Do
Wait.
we want a liability?
I don't know if she'd be willing to cooperate to that extent. I mean, I don't know the girl, but I know I wouldn't want to stick around. I'd be like, hell no.
I mean, she's also a daughter of Pythor. Maybe she's strong. Maybe she's not alive.
Well,
Kyra
let's go
goes
ahead
and just like
You
looks
could be
down
an
at her paper.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, she's going to be bound to the rock if we weren't here anyway. This remains the same as, it's only by good fortune that Kiki here happens to be of the same bloodline.
That's correct, but how much effort do we want to put into making sure she stays alive? Because that might involve falling on a sword or wasting some healing. And
this
then
is not
what
Tammy.
if Kray dies
This is not
again?
Kiki laughing. This is Tammy laughing at that.
This is Jen laughing at that. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather her not be in the way. I don't want to have to deal with her while I'm trying to kill something that's trying to kill us.
Well, why don't we just go and ask her? We have to go talk to her anyway.
I guess, yeah, maybe talk to her and then we can make a decision on how we're going to do this. I mean, if we tie her up and bring her ourselves.
It is happening.
Oh, no.
Kyra goes, yes, I suppose we should talk to Honora.
Have you met her before?
That's all she says.
Okay.
She just sighs.
Dish, what are we in for? How is she? What type?
There's nothing wrong with Enora. She's very smart. She's very astute. She speaks her mind. There's nothing wrong with Enora. Besides, I shouldn't tell you things you're going to find out on your own. That's the whole point.
We like to be prepared. I swear, we are not going to repeat your words. Whatever you say, we just need it for us to know what the heck we're getting into.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're kind of supposed to write them down, right?
She goes, well,
No?
I don't want to color your impressions. I'm sorry, there's certain things that I can't tell you. I mean, I know this is a small thing. She's not a bad person. But I can't... Okay,
Well,
there's some things I can say, but I just have to be careful with what I say because it's humanity's story. It's not mine. But she's rude. She's very, very rude.
Is she well liked by the people around here?
I don't think she spends a lot of time with the people around here.
Maybe you should let the basilisks get her. Oh.
Apparently
an
that's
option.
wrong. I mean, he's lost almost all of his other daughters. I mean, no offense, but...
Are we the only two that's left? Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, I know they were supposed to save her, and we should save her, and that's good because they're all really great, but I don't know. You mentioned just letting her get eaten. You four are the heroes. And I mean, heroes should save people.
Yeah, it would look bad on us if we let her get eaten.
That's true.
But I mean,
they're
monsters.
Don't let her die.
Does it...
Don't let her die, but if she does die, people die a lot, you know?
Oh.
Does it look worse if we try and fail?
No, it's still pretty amazing.
Okay.
I trust you can spin it in a very positive way.
I'm still trying to make Kreyorin sound amazing, and that I have been successful once.
Yeah, that's typical.
Sorry.
Jen's laughing, but Krey is like, whatever.
I want all of you to roll an insight check.
I'm gonna use a different die.
I don't think the die matters. I think the fact that I have a terrible modifier matters.
Oh, Kiki 11.
13.
11. 11.
I'm sorry, what were the check? Okay, so it's 11, 9, 13.
13 was the highest.
What'd you get, Callista, sorry? Just so I know.
11.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah,
I tied with Kiki.
Yeah, so there's, yeah, something about Kyra's statement seems a little bit off, but I can't really go into it without a 15 or above. But yeah, so are you guys going to the palace then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Alright, so you guys head to the palace.
Try to avoid Pythor.
Oh, yeah. I walk in like I own the place. I know my way. I'm going based on his directions he supposedly gave us to try and find a room.
You guys walk in.
I have them written down somewhere, so I'll just scramble back for them.
Hopefully he remembered them right.
You guys,
let me see.
As you all walk in, Pythor is just asleep in his throne, snoring very loudly. And
Perfect.
Kyra just gets, what are the directions?
I have them written down. Hang on.
Oh, good, because I didn't.
I did not either.
No, I actually did.
Should have picked up keen mind.
Ah, shit.
Hang on. I got it.
Did you see
No,
my
I'm
post
writing everything
earlier?
down. I got this.
That was a very deliberate dig.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Down the hall on the right, make a right, then a left, then a right, and then it's the third or fifth door on the right.
That's all I was
That's
driving
what-
towards. So are you picking the third or the fifth door?
Oh, I see.
That's all I was going for.
Why don't we each take one? Why don't we split up?
Yep.
All right, so
I
who's
go
taking? Sorry.
I'll go for the fifth.
All right, show of hands. Who's going
I'll
fifth?
take 3.
I'll go fifth.
And so Kreyorin, is that third for you?
Yeah.
Roomies.
So you guys open your
Uh-oh.
doors. I would say at the same time. Let me flip a coin to see who I roll with. That was well played, Reed. So Kreyorin and Callista, you two open the door, and it is like this lavish, beautiful bedroom with just drapes, and it just you smell the sweet scents and feel the mist of the steam from the distance, and you see something moving on the bed, and this man leans up and looks at you, and just
Oh
goes,
no.
"Oh, hello. Hi.
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 We're
Hi.
looking for Nora. Hi.
Who?" And,
Nora?
and when he says that, this other man leans up in bed and goes, "Who are they looking for?" He goes, "I have no idea."
I don't think this is the right room, my dear. And then I kind of put myself in front of like her and the other 2 guys on the bed.
And one of the guys goes,
Is-
No, I think this is the right room." And he sort of leans over.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe another
Maybe
time.
later.
And I just slowly close the door as we try to walk out.
We should ask who Nora is later. She sounds fun. Euphemian and Kiki, you two open into this room, this austere but gentle room with bookshelves all along the walls, small statues and mantelpieces depicting like different figures, gods, titans, a map on the wall, a smaller bed on the side, and this figure in like a bright blue gown with her back turned to you at the table. And I'm gonna say, hold on, let me roll a die here. And Kyra's with you. I just flipped a coin to see which one she went with.
Mhm.
And Kyra's saying about you. And this woman is writing, and she's writing something at the table as you open the door. Are you being stealthy, or are you just opening it like regular styles? Right.
I'm just going in and opening it.
You open it, and she's writing. She goes, "Is it time yet?"
Does there happen to be a table with any fruit on it by chance nearby
Sure, yeah.
her?
Table of grapes. Let's do that.
Okay, I was hoping for an apple. I will grab a handful of grapes and I will walk in and say, "Hey, sister, I'm here to braid your hair."
She goes, "Well, it's a bit informal, and I don't want my hair to be braided. Well, I suppose I should look good for the end." She turns and goes, "Oh, those my grapes? Who are you?
Pretty good.
What are
Hi,
you?"
Kiki. Hi.
And you see on her face, everything about this would be horrifyingly suspicious if it weren't for like the guest friendship law that basically means that there's no way in hell that you're like here to hurt her. You know what I mean? So like if this were our world, she'd be fucking terrified right now. But here she's just like, "Well, you can't be here to hurt me, so I'm deeply confused." And she just goes, "May I
Wait.
help you?"
Euphemian, are you still a minotaur?
Probably would have worn off by now.
Okay. Okay, that's probably a little less threatening.
She goes, "Help yourself to my grapes. How can I help you?"
I'm gonna kind of sit down if there's a bench or another little chair beside her. If not, I'll sit on her bed, wherever nearby, and I'll just kind of
By all means.
not super close, but it's like All right. So, apparently, we have the same sperm donor, and you're about to be sacrificed, right?
Is this... You're telling me the truth about the first part? However disgustingly you put it.
Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. Yes, it is the truth. I will not lie. I come up with better lies than that. I would not go so.
I
Ugh.
don't believe that for a second, but may I know your name, please?
I'm Kiki.
Honora.
Nice to meet you, Honora. Oh, yeah, this is my friend Euphemian. He's okay. He's harmless.
I apologize, sir. I'll remember to ask you in the future. And she says...
Don't worry, my dear. I'll make sure you yell it out in bed.
He probably will.
In response to your question, sister, I was given the choice to sacrifice myself. I have decided to do that.
Why? You really want to go through with this? What's that going to give you? You'll be dead.
She looks you up and down, trying to figure out something. Like, if you want to roll insight, you can, but she's trying to figure out something.
Okay, I can give it a try. That's a 10.
At a 10, she's trying to figure out if you're serious. At a 10, she's trying to figure out why you would say something that absurd. And she just
I'm trying to figure out why she's saying something so absurd as to be willing to do this.
And she says, if you are related to me, then where did you grow up?
Here and there. Apparently, Daddy Dearest took off after my mom got taken off by a green dragon.
A green dragon, yes.
And I was raised by... My family that I grew up with was the military. Soldiers. I grew up knowing who my father was, but he never bothered to show himself. And it just so happens that I'm part of this grand prophecy.
Honora, she says, Kiki, may I ask you something?
Yeah.
If your family were being threatened at home right now, if you learned right now that your family at home were in dire need, would you save them? Would you rush to save them, fight for them?
On my dying breath.
So you would die for the people you care about.
Who's threatening you? Who's threatening the city here?
These are my people. I'm going to do right by them. I don't relish it, but I will do what is right for these people. I cannot value my one individual life so much that I would endanger every person here. I could
Does
not
she
be that
look
cruel.
really all... Does she look all really frilly, kind of like a high maintenance girl, or is she kind of...
She is...
Can she swing a sword?
She is... roll a perception check.
15.
At a 15, she is wearing a wonderful gown. She has no sign, there's no weapons in the room. There's nothing suggesting she has any training whatsoever. She is not overly ornate or spoiled. She's not decorated in thousands of gold worth of jewels. She is dressed as a noble who wants to make a very good impression. Further, this is not something you would wear to anything this evening, so it's clear that this is what she just wears when she's around the palace. This is a woman who constantly wants to present her best self. And resuming that, she just says, if you would risk dying for those people, I am not a fighter. I am not some champion. I have mourned what is happening here since the demand was made some days ago. And I have grieved for myself and for what may come next. But I've also made peace with it. And I'm not going to be talked out of it by someone preying on my selfish sense of self-preservation.
I will lean forward towards her, put my elbows on my knees. I literally just found out this morning I have a sister. I had no idea you were alive.
I found out 5 minutes ago.
Frankly, I couldn't care less. No offense. I don't know you yet.
Don't know you enough to be offended. Please proceed.
Fair enough. What if I told you there could be another way?
Roll persuasion.
That is a 15 again.
Triton comes into my bedroom, tells me that she is my sister. I'm supposing half-sister. That she opposes the biggest decision of my life and the culmination of who I am. And she tells me that she does all of this because she, I presume, to be new to this situation, knows some better way than our father has conceived so far. Yes or no? Is that what you're saying?
No offense, but he's a drunken bastard. He probably forgets a conversation 5 minutes after he's had it.
So that's entirely correct. So please tell me your plan.
From what we gather, there is no specification that it has to be you, Honora, specifically, on that rock. Just a daughter of Pythor. I am a daughter of Pythor. I can kick ass. I have friends who can kick ass.
Him?
I want to take your place on the rock, and we will kill this monster. We will thwart Sidon's plan.
Do you have more friends than him?
Oh god, yeah.
Thank goodness.
No offense, Euphemian.
Some taken.
Has it been enough time that we can
Yeah,
come in now?
You guys can come in and hear this. Kreyorin and Callista,
Opportune moment.
you guys can hear that moment. And you guys come in, and she sees the fullness of this group, the four heroes of Destiny, standing with the support of the goddess Kyra.
I have attitude.
And she looks and she
Does
says,
this one have attitude?
she says, the four of you standing on that rock in my place. So you would die for me if this went
Oh god,
wrong.
no. I don't plan on dying. Neither do these guys. You know how it is. We're part of some big prophecy, yada yada yada. But we don't stand for an innocent life being sacrificed for useless reason.
Nor do I if I can afford it. Kiki, is that your name? Is that your full name?
Hiana, but I go by Kiki with my friends.
Kiki, it's good to meet you. I always suspected. Now tell me, what do you need to stand on those rocks and defy Sidon himself? And that is where we can pause it for this for this session.
Oh, what are you doing to us, Ben?
Thank you. Thank you. It just seems a good point.
Yeah.
God, I love how you played that scene.
I feel I'm really bitchy towards her.
I
Trying to be
No,
nice.
y'all are like perfectly well suited to each other. I love it.
I'm an only child. I don't know how to speak to a sister. Whether I like her or not.
You were raised the only child, right?
I love you two being total jerks on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's enjoyable. Thank you all. Now, if you're still watching in the stream, just a reminder, this was our last episode on Bin Competence, twitch.tv.bincompetence. Down below, we have twitch.tv/rollforbowl. That is going to be where the episodes go in the future because we're making this its own channel. Please feel free to give that a follow. I will remind all of you in all of the channels. Thank you very much for watching. This was a very unexpected episode. This was the most... I think this is possibly the most I've ever just been, like, laying tracks as the train is going. You guys are awesome. Anything that you guys want to say before we go offline?
You are
thank
awesome,
you.
Ben. Thank you.
Yeah.
Having fun.
Yeah. Especially being able to just kind of roll with whatever the heck BS that we
Yeah.
pull out.
Oh my
Just-
God. Cray taking on Kiki. I didn't
Oh,
want
yeah.
to do
Oh,
that. I'm so
loved it.
sorry.
Oh, I love it.
We
I...
don't have time for a long rest, huh?
Nope, you do not.
That's what I was realizing.
Oh
You
boy.
do.
Okay, well, good night, everybody. Thank you so
Good
much.
night. I'm going to turn off stream. You guys all have a great night. I'm turning off stream. You guys have a great night.
Thanks.
Bye.